I was like, random nigga talking to me. She started busting out laughing. Why you asking? I was like.
This congressional hearing Tuesday seems straight out of a science fiction movie.
U.S. Navy personnel recorded what appears to be triangles, some flashing, recorded several years ago, off the coast of the United States.
But Pentagon officials told the committee the danger of unidentified aerial phenomena is very real for military aircraft and potentially national security.
Because UAPs pose potential flight safety and general security risk, we are committed to a focused effort to determine their origins.
It's rotated. An intelligence report released last year counted 144 sightings of flying objects that U.S. officials couldn't identify, including this one taken from an F-18 that shows a spherical shape zing past.
And is this one of the phenomena that we can't explain?
I do not have an explanation for what this specific object is. I do not have an explanation for what this specific object is.
Some sightings have been reported near military bases, raising the possibility they could be aircraft powered by secret technology from Russia, China, or another foreign adversary.
It's not about finding alien spacecraft, but about delivering dominant intelligence across the tactical, operational, and strategic spectrum.
Of those 144, 18 of them reportedly appear to exhibit unusual flight characteristics, appear to demonstrate advanced technology, and some of them appeared to remain stationary in winds aloft, move against the wind, maneuver abruptly, or move at considerable speed without discernible means of propulsion. That's pretty intriguing. And if you're maneuver abruptly or move at considerable speed without discernible means of propulsion.
Don't hit me in the face, bro. Oh. Let me know when it's done, man.
Yeah.
It's done? It's on? All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out every week to prophesy the downfall of the wicked kingdom and the salvation of the elect of Israel and the return of our King, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But before we do so, we want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahushai, in the Paleo ancient Hebrew. When say Kal, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah. All right, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders, and shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. All right, as y'all saw the clip in the beginning of this video, we almost out of here, man. All right, somebody get that, them look up the salvation. That's right, man. We almost out of here. And Amos 9 and 8, the eyes of the Lord. All right, because you heard them talking about the UAPs, which is called unidentified aerial phenomenon, and they actually got a whole agency set up called the unidentified aerial phenomenon agency. All right, set in place so they could document any type of aerial phenomenons or any type of military movements, military style movements from these so-called UFOs that we can identify. All right, and you see in that video they said specific points such as the maneuvers that they were doing is very intriguing, meaning they never saw it before. All right, they're astonished by it. All right, so they saw that it had a propulsion system that they never saw before. They didn't see any type of propulsion system on it. You know, what's the propulsion system on the plane?
Jet propulsion, the combustion of fuel and igniting
either a turbine or engine.
Right, or a helicopter be the damn, you know. Yeah. All right. So they didn't see this on these chariots, man. So we want to go into that according to the spirit, man. All right, the spirit of truth. So let's get these precepts we call for real quick. Amos 9 and 8.
The book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Right, so that's what the Lord got the angels watching, because their intention is to destroy Babylon. All right, their intention is to what? To fray. What? Somebody get that in Zechariah? I think. I think it's Zechariah where it say these were the four horses. That's at the last verse, the last two verses. All right, because these chariots are set up. Defending, he will also deliver. Defending also, he will deliver. That's right, because these chariots are set up for the defense of Israel and also to destroy this place Babylon, man. All right, and 2/3 that are here in these heathens. Somebody got it?
Zechariah 6. About the 4 chariots.
Yep.
All right, this is Zechariah chapter 6, verse 1.
No, go over to the last verse.
What's the last verse? Verse 15.
Yeah, the verse before the last.
Let's see what this says. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 20. In that day shall there be upon the bell of the horses.
No. I think it's like in 1.
I got that delivering. He was also delivered.
Yeah, it's Zechariah 1 and 20. My bad, brother.
You good.
Yep, Zechariah 1 and 19. Start from 19.
1 and 19.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is Zechariah chapter 1, verse 19.
Defending also.
It says, and I said unto the angel that talked with me, what be these?
What be these, man? These four archangels, okay? And we ain't gonna get too deep into that with the 4 beasts. I knew we was gonna go there. But go ahead.
And he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem.
Right, so those 4 kingdoms, which represent who? It goes from the Babylonian Empire to the Persians, the Persian and Medes, to the Greek Empire, to the Romans. All right, so those are the horns, those are the kingdoms. But now, what's going to chase all these kingdoms away and all that they created? These angels, man. All right, and the top angel is who? Yahushua. Go ahead, brother.
God, it says, verse 20, it says, and the Lord showed me 4 carpenters.
4 carpenters. Go ahead, 4 workers, okay? 4 builders.
Then said I, what come these to do?
All right.
And he spoke, saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah.
See, that's who scattered us. All the way up to the Greek Empire and the Roman Empire, and that little horn talking about America, who scattered us all around the 4 corners of the earth. Go ahead.
So that no man did lift up his head, but these are come to fray them.
Right, so these are come to fray them. And if you look at that word fray, it means to scatter them and to scare them off, man. All right, so these angels are set up in these last days to bring Esau down, man. All right, to bring about the last prophecies of the Bible spoken of in Revelation. You hear about the angels blowing the trumpets. Okay, go ahead, brother.
God says to fray them, right, to cast out the horns of the Gentiles.
Right, the kingdoms of these Gentiles, the kingdoms of these foreign nations, man. All right, that was it.
Which lift up their horn over the land of Judah to scatter it.
See that? And they did that in what, 70 AD? So these chariots, these angels, which are also spoken of in the last days, according to what? Revelations chapter 7. Somebody get that, please, real quick.
Revelation chapter 7 in verse 1.
Right.
And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Right. So what's that? That's talking about the destruction. All right. That's who's holding back the destruction, the angels, man. The Lord got the angels holding back the destruction. And soon they're going to say to Yahushua, stick in your sickle and reap, man. All right. Go down there and destroy these damn devils. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having a seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
Right. We believe this is Yahushua. Okay. Talking to the 4 archangels. Okay. Giving them the green light to do what they got to do. Go ahead, Doc.
Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
Right, so that's the only reason these devils are able to walk around here today and go around and gunning up these old jakes, you know, and putting it all over the media today. This is the only reason our people are still in captivity, is because the Lord didn't send his angels yet. Once the Lord sends his angels, he's also going to send what? His angels to destroy, as we just read, and he's also going to send his angels to what? To deliver and heal the elect of Israel. Somebody get that healing in his wings. And also Psalms 91, to give his angels charge over thee. All right, because the Lord going to send his angels. Somebody get that? Defending also.
I got that.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 31.
Right.
Verse.
In Congress and these damn devils, they have no idea what they call UFOs or UAPs are actually the chariots of the Most High with angels in them that look just like us. Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah chapter 31, verse 5. As birds flying.
As birds flying, that don't mean they're going to be fluttering all over the place. What that means is they're going to be in formation. All right, because that's what they deal with, order. Like a ranking system, just like the ducks and when they fly south for the winter and they travel back and forth.
I was at the beach some time ago, and the seagulls, they have a lot. They don't have any order to them. They just scavengers. They fight with each other. But with the pelicans, the ones with the larger bill, they flew in order. They flew in formation.
Right.
They had a
just like the geese.
They had an order about it.
The one in front make that noise, and they all followed off the sound.
Right.
You know.
Isaiah 31 and 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it.
There you go. See that? And passing over, man, they're gonna be flying. All right. And just like a mother hen will watch over its chicks. That's how the Lord gonna send his birds to watch over his men. Okay, the angels of the Lord. That was it. He said, defending also, he will deliver it, man. That was it.
One more. Turn ye unto him, from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted.
Right, man. So that's the point. So the Lord is saying in these times, the men of Israel and the women and children need to turn back and repent to the Lord, man. Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the same one that delivered us out of Egypt, you know, and had what? Delivered us with what? A fire by night, a cloud by day. All right. Anybody got any precepts?
I do.
All right. I'm Mazan, and then Psalms 91. And then actually, I think y'all was in Psalms 91. Get back to the point.
All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, and I'm gonna start at verse 6.
Right.
Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
Right. He's near right now, man. He's near to who? The men of the Lord. All right. He's near to the believers and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the speckled birds scattered amongst the other nations. He's not near to these devils. You can look and cut on TV, and they're clueless. And they got all the intelligence in the world, man. The Lord said that. What was that? Daniel chapter 7, real quick. After the iron, yeah, that one. That's right, man. They got all the intelligence systems in the world, huh? No, not that one. Daniel 7, where it say the Roman Empire, the iron, and then another one, huh? Yeah, it was the iron, then another one popped up right after that with the eyes, full of eyes. That's right, man, because the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right, the Most High's true name is Yahweh, and his son named Yahweh Shai. That's the true name of the Lord. And he's a black man according to the Bible, and they're lying to us. And the Lord is about to return, and our people have no idea what's going on. So the Lord's only looking for a few, just like he did during the times of Noah, just like he did during the times of Lot, just like he did during the times of Abraham. He's doing it again. He's only looking for a small few. That's right. Go ahead, brother. Got it.
It is Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 7. After this I saw in the night vision, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth.
Right, the Roman Empire. All right, that's that beast. Okay, representing the kingdom, not the four beasts in Revelation 6 talking about the angels. Go ahead. All right.
It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
Right, the Roman Empire was more different and diverse from all the beasts before it, like the Babylonian Empire, the Persians and the Medes, and the Greek Empire. Why? Because the Roman Empire, they set up the Senate and the Congress. All right. All right, go ahead, Art.
And it had 10 horns.
Right, and it devoured and stamped us to pieces. It devoured our people over in the Roman Empire, all the way to the point where they wanted to kill our king Yahushua while he was a baby. All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse 8, I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn.
Right, another little horn. We have, what was that? You had the European Union, the 10 horns, but then you have a little horn, which would be what? That's right, America. All right, Babylon, spoken of in the book of Daniel, chapter 7. Okay, go ahead.
Before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots.
Right, what's that? Britain, Spain, and France. All right, that's how America got, that was the establishment of America, the American battle for independence. Spoken of in the Bible. Go ahead, Art.
And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man.
There you go. See that? They had what? Eyes like the eyes of man.
And a mouth speaking great things.
And a president speaking nothing but blasphemy. Okay? So they were given nothing but intelligence. He said knowledge increased. You want to bring it out? So they were speaking nothing but intelligence, and they have all kind of cameras and satellites everywhere. And the Lord knew this, that they're gonna have eyes everywhere. That's their goal. What do they have on the dollar? Their damn eyeball. Everything is about the all-seeing eye. You see that? So they set up their technology to have surveillance in every part of America. What's that? Control. Go ahead, brother.
In this Psalm 17 and 10, they are enclosed in their own fat.
Right.
With their mouth gone.
Right. They're enclosed in their own riches. They're blinded by their own riches. Go ahead.
With their mouth, they speak proudly. They have now compassed us in our steps.
Right. With their president, they speak proudly.
They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth.
There you go, man. That's called the New World Order. That's what they're doing. They set their eyes down, bowing down to the earth. That they plan on taking over and conquering the whole earth and depopulating. Looking at everybody on the earth like prey. Did you know that they're trying to depopulate you right now? All right, go ahead. Seeking whom they may devour. Go ahead, brother. Esau, the Caucasian race.
They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bound down to the earth, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places.
There you go, man. Yep. And their secret places, they set up with who? They set the police out there. They set the agents, the FBI, all these different agencies that can watch you through surveillance, man. Okay? So they got all of that surveillance, and they can see the weather changing, but they can't see that the Lord returning. So the Lord is not near them. The Lord is nearer unto us. All right, go ahead, brother.
Fine. This is back at the book of Isaiah, chapter 55. I'm going to start at verse 6 again. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found.
There you go.
Call ye upon him while he is near.
That's right. He's near, man. When you see the prophets out here teaching, that's how you know he's near. Okay, he's in the midst. He said, "With 2 or 3 are gathered in the midst, 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, he's in the midst of them." And he said, "The kingdom of heaven is within you." So he's near, man. And the prophecies are coming to pass. So he's definitely near, about to show up. Go ahead, Doc.
Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him into our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
That's it, man. All right, somebody got another precept? Yeah, go ahead, brother. Oh, no, we don't need that.
I got that Psalms 31.
You got something different? Yeah, kind of.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, starting at verse 54. And he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and so it is.
Right.
And when ye see the south wind blow, ye say, there will be heat, and it cometh to pass.
Right, they got all these satellites. They got everything you can look at to see the weather changing and weather showing up months down the line. Go ahead.
Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time?
Right. So they can discern all of that, but they cannot discern these times that we're in. We're in the last days, and Yahushua is about to return. Go ahead, Doc.
This Psalms chapter 18, verse 10. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly.
Right, so he rode upon a chariot. What's that? That was called the chariots, what the Caucasian race called UFOs or UAPs. All right? Set that baby up. My goodness, man. You tell him to be quiet. That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
And did fly Yeah, he did fly upon the wings of the wind.
Right. So he flew. See, in that video that we played in the beginning, sheesh, that video that we played in the beginning, it said the chariot, what they call the UAP, flew against the wind. That's something they never seen before. So he said what? He flew upon the wings of the wind, man. All right. So the Lord can defy gravity. The Lord can defy the winds, man. All right. So I'm trying to see if we should move or not. It's about to start raining. Let's just keep going. See how long we can go. All right. So somebody get let's get into it real quick. Somebody got precept?
I got a bunch of them. I got one too.
All right, go ahead. Let's bring them up.
All right.
I want to get to the lesson too.
All right, go ahead. This Malachi chapter 2, chapter 4, verse 2. It says, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings.
Right. Over there, right? Yeah, because either way, he said what? The Lord is going to defend. We read that part, how the Lord is going to send his angels to destroy. And he's going to show up destroying as well in the chariot. But then he's also going to what? Deliver and save the elect of Israel. All right? That's what these chariots are set up for. That's what the angels are set up for, man. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings.
There you go, man.
It shall go forth and grow up as cows of the stall.
Right. So you're gonna go forth and be taken care of, just like you take a calf and put it into the stall. Other than that, they're out in the field eating it and grazing on their own in the grass that was set up for them. But other than that, you put it in the stall, you can literally feed it right there and take care of it and clean it. And that's what the Lord gonna do to the elect. He said, what? Rest here in your chambers. Those chambers are those stalls, all right?
Verse 3, it says,
he said, gather them into my barn.
It says, and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet.
That's right. So we're gonna tread down the wicked someday, and they're gonna be ashes under the soles of our feet. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91. I'm gonna start at verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High.
Right, you gotta dwell in this book. All right, blessed are they that read. So you gotta read this book. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, because the time is at hand. Go ahead, brother.
Shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Right, you're gonna abide under the Lord's protection in these last days. Go ahead.
I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress.
Right, that's what we're saying. We're saying that the Lord is going to be our refuge. All right.
God, it says, my God, in him will I trust.
Go ahead.
Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler.
Right, we need the angels charge over there.
Got it.
Yep. That thing's next verse.
Oh, God. Verse 4. He shall cover thee with his feathers.
Right, he's gonna cover thee with his feathers. Go ahead, with his angels. Go ahead.
And under his wings shalt thou trust.
Right, the feathers represent the angels, and the wings represent the actual chariots. So under his wings, you're gonna trust, just like we did coming out of Egypt. We trusted under the shadow of his wings, which is what? The chariot. Cloud by day and the fire by night. All right? As he led us through the Red Sea. So-called.
His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
His who?
Truth.
Oh, his truth. Go ahead, brother. That's right. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. That's gonna be your defense in that day. That's it on that. All right. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, and verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
That's right, man. The righteous are going to scarcely be saved. You got a point on that? Kind of.
That's just it. Just going into what the elder was saying, how the chariots, when they show up, they're gonna be ultimately saving those who fear in the Lord's name. Right. All right, who dwell in his safe haven. All right, but simultaneously they're gonna be putting forth destruction as well.
Right. That's right, man. That's right. So go from the right aiming bow, something like that. Wisdom of Solomon. Yeah, 11, I think it is. Go ahead.
Psalms 91. This is Psalms 91.
Yeah, just chariots through all out the Bible. We can't even get to the precepts we want to get to yet.
This is Psalms 91, verse 11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. So the Lord is going to give his angels charge, meaning he's going to allow the angels to protect the brothers in the times to come. He's going to bear us up before we can dash our foot
on the stone, meaning the Lord is not going to let anything happen to us. He's going to give his angels charge, and they're going to defend us.
Right. Right, man. They're going to bear thee up in their hands, yo. Take you into the chariots, you know? And hey, you talking about Secret Service, you know? They ain't got nothing on the angels once the Most High give that command. Any more precepts? I'm gonna get it to Ezekiel. Go ahead.
This is Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 7. Make no tarrying, turn to the Lord, and put off not from day to day.
Right. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, man. And don't put it off from day to day. Why? Because the return of the Lord can happen any day now, man, according to the prophecies. Go ahead.
For certainly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security shalt thou be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
That's right. You want to speak on it?
So we're in the grace period right now. Like we're supposed to be repenting, or at least seeking out the truth. But 2/3 of our people blind to it. They don't care about UFO reports. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about what's on BET, what's on this, that, and the third.
Right.
So they blind to it. But the Bible's sitting there telling you that you're not supposed to make no tarry. So we're supposed to strive for truth until the end. Like this is all we supposed, not all we supposed to be doing, but it's basically this is your work. We're supposed to put in work to get fed.
Right, looking for the Lord's return. What's that? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. You know, go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 1.
Right, because what these devils call UFOs, they're really called chariots of the Lord. Go ahead.
Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, though the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. All right, just basically backing up what the brother was saying, man.
Yeah, dollar crash, yep.
You know, just backing up what the brother was saying. Can't put this truth off day to day. You know, remember the Lord now while he's still able to be sought. As soon as that fountain gets shut, ain't gonna be no, oh, I tried to, none of that, no excuses.
Too late.
Yep, go ahead, bro.
The second Maccabees, chapter 5, verse 1. Kind of getting into the, This is about the same time Antiochus prepared his second voyage unto Egypt.
Right. This happened in 169, 168 BC.
And then it happened that through all the city, for the space of about almost 40 days, there were seen horsemen running in the air.
Right. So they saw horsemen running in the air in 168 BC. All right. And what were those horsemen called? It wasn't no damn Pegasus. Those horsemen, what the Esau, the so-called white man, called UFOs. Those are called chariots in the Bible. Swing low, sweet chariot. That's why people sung that. All right. Go ahead.
It says, and then it happened throughout all the city for about a space.
I knew somebody, a feminine giggle was gonna happen.
Almost of 40 days, there were seen horsemen running in the air in cloth of gold and armed with lances like a band of soldiers.
Right. So it's trying to explain to you who's in those chariots. That's important because you got people teaching out here that the angels look like four-headed animals. But it clearly looked like men. And they had what? Linen on and gold and pikes in their hands, meaning scepters. All right. And what we call horses would be what? Representing the power. All right. They were riding on something that was powerful, man. The horse and his riders that came to pick up Elijah, I think it was 842 BC. That was it.
And it says, verse 3. And troops of horsemen in array.
Troops of horsemen. Not just the horses, but horsemen. Troops of them. Go ahead.
It says, and troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running against another with shaking of shields and multitude of pikes and drawing of swords and casting of darts and glittering of gold ornaments and harnesses of all sorts.
All right, brother, peace, man. Now you see, somebody got a flyer for him? Hey, he's gonna give you a flyer, brother. He's gonna give you a flyer. Now you see, that whoever he was in the Congress, he was not saying that he cared what they are. He said he want to find out what they can do.
Right.
They care about what they can do so they can try to fight against the Lord. And that goes with Revelation, I think, what's that, 12? Where it say the war in heaven?
Yeah.
That's right, man. Let's get that in case we run out of time. Let's make these valid points at least real quick. I might not be able to get into it.
This is Revelation 12:7, right?
Yep.
This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. and there was a war. So like, and there was war in heaven.
See, there's going to be a war in heaven, Esau. Okay, that war is coming. That's what these chariots are for. They coming to breed destruction, and they also coming to bring deliverance to the children of Israel. All right.
It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
Right. So the Michael, the archangel under Yahushua, he's going to fight against the dragon, which is who today is called the EU, which originally was called the Roman Empire. All right. So this dragon right here today is going to be called the EU, the European Union. You know, so the dragon represents NATO and also America.
And the dragon fought and his angels.
Right, because Revelation 7, he said, hold back the winds. But now he's going to say green light. And they're going to start fighting.
Verse 8, and prevailed not.
Right, so he said what? There's a whole new war domain out there in space. And they're not going to prevail, man. These devils and their technology, it's just like Superman versus Batman. You know, their technology, but this time Superman going to win.
It says, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven.
There you go. So that heaven represents their rulership. So there's not going to be any place for them to run or any place for them to rule anymore. All right, on this earth. So that's what Lucifer falling like lightning to the earth. All right, these damn devils. Okay, so there's going to be a war in the heavens, man, spoken of in the Bible. Go ahead, Doc.
This is Psalms chapter 58, verse 6. Break their teeth, O Yahweh,
break out their mouth. Strength. That's right. Break out their teeth in their mouth. You know, don't break them when they fall and they on the ground. Break their teeth while they're about to eat.
Hey, that be on Tom and Jerry. Every time he get hit with something, he'll open up his mouth and then fall out.
Yeah, that sounds like a Mike Tyson punch. Break their teeth in their mouth, you know, while they're about to eat, while they got their strength. You know, and their teeth represents their military and their technology and stuff, man. And surveillance. Go ahead, the Lord gonna break all of that. He's gonna break the staff of the wicked.
Says, break their teeth, O Yahweh, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions.
That's right. That's right. He said, the devil goeth about seeking whom he may devour, like a lion. All right, that's Esau, man. Go ahead, brother.
Let them melt away as waters which run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be as cut in pieces.
That's right, man.
As a snail with melted, let every one of them pass away, like an untimely birth of a woman, that they may not see the sun.
Right, and what's their teeth, man? Let's get that in Revelation where it said leaped out of the mouth of the dragon. That's right, man. He said break their teeth in their mouth. And their teeth represent their military, their religious systems, which is also centered around racism. All right, where they're trying to uplift the Edomite race, Raza, meaning head or seed. All right, so they want to uplift Esau and put down Jacob. All right, so also what the military system, religious and racism system, and their banking system. But, all right, but the banking system also bleeds into the FBI, which would be the Federal Reserve. All right, somebody got it. Yeah, the military, yep, and the police and all them different agencies. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 13.
And
it says, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out the mouth of the dragon and out of the mouth of the beast.
Yeah, like these dumbasses try to call them reptilians. No, it's spiritual, man. Like a damn serpent. Go ahead. So they leaped out of the mouth of the dragon. See, that's where it comes from, Europe. The Roman Empire, the last horn that we read of in Daniel. Go ahead, Art.
And out of the mouth of the false prophet.
Right. So the Lord said, break their teeth in their mouth, break their strength at the core. Okay. But the Lord gonna start with the staff of the wicked, which is America. Go ahead, brother.
For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of the great day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Almighty.
There you go, man. All right, so they're gathering and heaping unto them all people. Okay, go ahead. Somebody got anything? All right, come on. We probably gonna move if anything. All right, go ahead, brother. Oh, go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Lord thunder from heaven.
Speak on it, brother.
Con says so far beyond that they look for. So Con says the wicked gonna see the strangeness of the salvation of the Jews, of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. By what? Those chariots, man. And those chariots gonna come and they're gonna be shocked and amazed, and pretty much dumbfounded when they see these things, man. It says when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. So Con, man, hey, these chariots definitely gonna come back, man, and we're gonna be saved in those chariots as well.
Right, man. You can bring them out. Speak on it. Yep. And we might move over here, if anything.
This is Psalm 68 and 17. The chariots of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place.
Right, and that's just a small legion that showed up with Yahushua. All right, look, more than a legion, a few legions. I think a legion is like 7,000. All right, 6,000, 7,000. Now, he said, what? The chariots of the Lord, man. So they always been spoken of. He said, as in Mount Sinai, in the holy place. Okay, so that was the second time when the Lord gave the commandments to Moses on the stones. All right, when he came down to visit him, and it was Yahushua and the holy angels were with him. That's what it's talking about right there. Not the first time, but the second time. All right, go ahead up.
This is 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 16. This is where Elijah and a young man who was with him, the city that they were staying in was being surrounded by one of their enemies.
Right.
Verse 16, and he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha.
But this time when the Lord show up, he ain't gonna smite them with blindness. He gonna let everybody see.
Smite them.
He gonna see. That's all he gonna do. He's gonna just smite them, and that's how he's gonna show up. All right, that's like the angels gonna be amongst us right now. All they have to do is what was it, ionization or something, or like kind of change their form so we will be able to see, manifest themselves in front of us. So now that's why the scripture says he shall have give his angels charge over thee, man. So they're gonna always be in the midst of what's going on, but pretty soon they're gonna turn it the way everybody's gonna be able to see him when it's time for them to do deliverance and destroy.
Right, man.
That's what the scripture said. Before the pots can fill the thorns, you shall take them in one swoop with the whirlwind.
Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 5 and verse 4. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
Go ahead. That's basically talking about them. Read it again.
And this is Zechariah 5 and 4.
Yeah, the curse is going to enter into the house of the thief, man.
Because you go in verse 2, it says, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I say, flying robe. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
Right, that's talking about a big pillar-shaped chariot, man. Right, that about the size of a football field that Ezekiel saw. And that's the curse on these devils, man. They got two curses on them. One is the curse of their own demise, bringing in the nuclear age with the atom bomb they dropped, and that's the same thing that's going to destroy America. The shit that they brought into the world, that's what they reaped into the world. That's what they sowed into the world. So that's what they're going to have to reap. And also destruction coming from the chariots of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua.
Right, man. It's a curse to these heathens, and 2/3 is going to be a blessing for the elect. You know. And yeah, Esau like to call it the cigar-shaped UFO.
It's gonna smoke them.
It is Jeremiah.
Yeah, we bring out a few more.
Chapter 50, verse 24.
It
says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord.
All right, so that's them entering in with the nuclear age. What is Revelation chapter 13? It shall show great signs coming from heaven. All right, that's that nuclear age. That's that atom bomb that they dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All right, so now that's going to be that same destruction. That's the snare that Yahweh Shem Shai laid under them. Go ahead.
Right.
It says the Lord, verse 25, Jeremiah 50. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai hath opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
Open up his armory. What did he say? I have created a smith that blow up the coals that bring forth the instrument for his destruction. So that's Yahweh Shem Shai opening up his armory, because that started the nuclear age. Now everybody said forget agriculture at that time, because everybody during that time it was the Industrial Revolution that was right before that. So everybody was trying to industrialize their countries and make it more profitable for trade and agriculture. But it didn't from there to a transition into a nuclear age. Now everybody's developing all types of weaponry to try to be the top dog on the earth. All right, who became the immediate top dog? Russia. But they try to make you think that it's America, but Russia got that thing.
Hey, and also, if I may add on, just like the brother was speaking, hey, back then they tried to create the barter systems and whatnot. Hey, basically they're trying to do the same thing today, but it's not going to suffice, man. You know, you got FEMA, they got their executive orders, all right. So when that time comes, you won't be able to do it, you know.
They catch everything.
All right, it says, for this, so like I'm start back from the top. Verse 25, it says, the Lord hath opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, God of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans.
Right. And that's just like, that's what shows his power, man. He's manipulated, he's written out, he's spoken all this, and everything that he's spoken in the beginning is coming to existence, man. And there's no way around it. Nobody can stop it, whether they want to believe or they disbelieve. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It don't matter. Go ahead. We're gonna run through a few. Yeah, let's run through some precepts.
Oh no, I mean you can bring it up, but that was
you can bring that up too.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 13. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
And that's because really what Japan wasn't giving America no respect for real. You know, they were actually winning this war. If you think about it, that was their last ditch effort, and they didn't even know if the bombs were going to work, because their first bomb test it didn't detonate, and so they redid everything, and then I think they started using uranium, another form that they couldn't supply the amount of fuel or whatever the gas they used that needed to create the bomb they want to create. They didn't even know those bitches was going to work, but the Most High made them work because of prophecy, man. So it didn't matter. So the same way that stuff that the nuclear age entered in to America,
the Germans helped them out.
It's the same way that it's going to take America off the map. This is going to be the lake of burning, the lake of fire, right here.
Yep, and the Foo Fighters going to pop back up. The Foo Fighters represent the chariots that was around during the Vietnam War. All right, Foo Fighters. They're going to hear that terminology again. The Foo Fighters. I ain't talking about that wicked rock band. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelations 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Yeah, you can speak on your point.
Right, because we brought it out twice, because it dropped 2 bombs. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit, though. That's the same way the Lord has opened up his armory, man.
Yeah, they dropped a few more. They just the main ones we heard about. Yep, they dropped a few more.
So that's Yahweh Shem Shai opening up these armory. And now what does Russia got? Satan 1, Satan 2. Avangard. Yeah.
Father of all bombs,
Moab.
Yeah, Moab. And what China got Moab?
Right, yeah. What was that Fat Boy and Little Man?
Yeah.
These were the two that ended the war. That would put them out of commission, but they definitely dropped other bombs.
Because Japan didn't want to surrender after the first bomb. They was like, man, fuck you, I ain't hear no bell. And they dropped the second. They was like, all right, you got it.
Right. Yeah, they put them out of commission. All right, any more precepts? Let's bring them out. Let's go. Yeah, we riding with the spirit roof, you know.
Bring it out.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Right. then those chariots are one of those too. Not just, and also the missiles. All right. So that's one of those things. The chariots as well. And they're gonna what? They're gonna they're gonna pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And the same thing for those missiles. All right. In the right time, they're gonna pour out their force, which is what? Nuclear fire is gonna burn everybody the hell up. Okay. It's gonna appease the wrath of the Most High that made it. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Daniel.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, and verse 3.
Yeah,
thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right, because Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. Because these devils, they're having congressional meetings and all of this. Showing the video, and the chariot was moving so fast that they couldn't catch it on video. And I was trying to pause it and slow it down and everything, and I still couldn't catch it. And I finally caught it though. I had to keep hitting pause, and I caught it. And on the video, they couldn't catch it. You know? So it said what? So far beyond all that they're looking for, man. Some sci-fi stuff, man. All right? They're expecting the Lord to come glowing, looking like an Edomite, a hippie Edomite coming down to hand out roses and save everybody, listening to this type of music in the background.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Be happy. Everything. Yeah. No. But instead, Yahushua said, no, I should not meet thee as a man. He's showing up in a lion spirit. He's showing up as a mighty angel. He's not coming to shake your hand. He's coming to destroy, like an animal would when it sees you. All right? He's coming as a glorified holy angel. With chariots, man, chariots of fire.
I got a piece up.
And every eye shall see him, and the earth shall quake at his presence. Go ahead, Doc.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
Right, and he's not talking about just Israel. He poured out his spirit also among the Russians. You know what? To muster the host of the battle. All right, that's called divine intervention. Go ahead.
And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy.
Right, and also Putin prophesied, didn't he? He said he had a dream, and he woke up, he read Job. That's right, man. So he said, but amongst Israel, your sons and your daughters are going to have dreams. Like I said, my daughter had a dream about the eclipse that just happened. All right, go ahead, and blackouts. Now, Pastor Hart talking about blackouts this summer. Go ahead, Doc. I got
Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions.
That's right, man. So your young men going to see the visions that the Lord is speaking about in the scriptures, man. You got a lot of brothers that had dreams about martial law, all right, about race wars, about the chariots, and they wake up sweating and crying sometimes. You know, those visions. That's let you know we're in the last days. Go ahead, Doc. All right, go ahead.
This is Zechariah.
Right, because you ain't gonna be in the time of the Spanish Inquisition having dreams about missiles. See, the times we in is the time that fit the prophecies, man. We studying about it. That's what's in the air. So we dreaming about the end time prophecies, man. All right, go ahead, Doc.
This is Zechariah 14 and 12. It says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Right, yep.
It says their flesh shall consume away.
Their flesh on their face. Everybody out here, their flesh on their face going to consume away. It's going to be burned up. Yep, you hear the sirens going off.
It says while they stand upon their feet.
Yep, while they're standing up talking shit.
And
while they standing up at a barbecue eating pork. While they standing up. I can't say it. While they standing up like RuPaul. Walking around, you know what I mean? Go ahead. They're going to stand up and get burned up upon their feet, man. All of that acrylic too. Go ahead.
While they stand up upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their hole.
Right. Their eyes for all the lust and the wickedness that they desired out here, man. All right. That's why the Lord going to consume these things. The tongue for all the talking and the blasphemy, and the eyes for all the lust and wickedness that they desire, man.
It says, in their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Right. So if you're talking trash, the Lord gonna burn that up anyway. You know?
That was it.
Well, yep. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, what's one more?
Go ahead, brother. So some people say, Jake, they're gonna get double fold. They got gold teeth and shit. They're gonna burn the teeth in.
They're gonna purify their mouth.
They're gonna purify all that. Yeah. All that's getting melted. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them.
Right, you know the country you see
And they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor. That was it. That was it.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire in his chariots like a whirlwind.
Right, so the Lord is coming with the fire. What's that? Them nuclear missiles, man. At the same time, them atom bomb or the ICBMs hitting and the fire is going off, Yahweh Shai is going to be in the midst, delivering his men. All right, so this is the whole story of what's about to play out. While they worrying about these chariots, we're sitting here telling you the whole damn time. Go ahead, Doc. You got something
to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
See that? So he's gonna render his rebuke with the flames of fire, man. And also with flames of fire representing those chariots. You know, and the chariots gonna be zapping as well. That's in Wisdom of Solomon, I think.
I got it.
You got it? Okay, got it.
I got one more.
Yep. Oh, that too.
Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
There you go. And that word plead means to judge. So the Lord's going to judge the whole world, especially here in America, with fire, man. All right? And he said, what? It's not going to just be the fire from the ICBM missiles. It's going to be the fire from the chariots as well. And from Yahweh Shai's hand. You know, what they call the sickles. Let's keep going. Somebody got precept?
This is Revelation chapter 9, verse 16.
Oh yeah, Wisdom Solomon too, right?
It says, and the number of the army, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and jacinth and brimstone.
Right. It's talking about the missiles. 200 million missiles if you do the math. All right. 200. He said he heard the number of them. 200 million really warheads. All right. Because you got one missile, but it can carry multiple warheads in it. And he said he heard the number of them, and it was 200 million that's going to hit this place. All right. Go ahead.
It says, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions.
Right. So that a lion has its power in the front. So they call what? Warheads. All right. The tip of it is where the destruction happens at. Go ahead.
And out of their mouth issue fire.
See that? Out of their mouth, out of the front of these missiles, that's where the fire comes from. Okay.
I actually saw a test of the warhead detaching from the missile itself. And you know how you got a string of black cats? Imagine that, you know, you light one end and go do 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 do. That's how exactly how them bitches come out, those warheads when they hit the ground, start boom 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 boom. But it's different because the explosion is different because it's a nuclear reaction. And that shit, like, man, it don't make no sense. So you see a whole bunch of big little mushroom clouds come up, and then they all form together. Once that, like, it explodes first, and then all of a sudden a big ass wind come right after the explosion. And that's what the mushroom cloud shoots right up.
Just like a wave. Like you're at the beach and a wave is about to come in, all the water will get sucked into it, and then it'll just come crashing right back.
Just like that.
Yeah, the main thing that's going to destroy people, that's going to rip into pieces is the wind. That was going to separate the bodies, and the fires are going to burn them up, the lava. Oh, go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 12.
Yep.
And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake.
Right, missiles hitting the earth, gonna shake to and fro.
And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair.
Right, it's like you put a big giant afro in front of the sun. It's gonna be like a solar eclipse almost. But it's gonna be a nuclear fallout. All right, it's gonna be that thick, like thick hair. Go ahead, brother.
And the moon became as blood.
Right, so that's what's that? Pollution, radiation. It's gonna be as blood, man, at nighttime.
And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth.
Right, not talking about the celebrities, jackasses. It's talking about the missiles falling to the earth. Okay, ICBM missiles, as we learned from our apostles at GMS.
Even as a fig tree cast of her untimely figs.
Right, untimely figs, meaning what? way earlier than what they presume. See that? And I wouldn't be surprised if the Lord shoot them missiles out of the silos. You know, have them come out of the belly. All right, go ahead.
When she is shaken of a mighty wind.
There you go. So it's going to be shaken of a mighty wind. Okay.
And the heaven departed as a scroll.
There you go. What's that mighty wind? It's spoken of in Revelation 7. All right. And also what's that? Jeremiah 50 or 51? I think it is. It says destroying wind. What's that, 51? 51 and 1, I think it is.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1.
Yeah.
Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind.
God, I ain't cheap, man. I ain't looking at my book. Man. All right. So he's gonna rise up against this place a destroying wind, man. All right. And that destroying wind is what they call a nuclear fallout. It's gonna sweep all across the earth. Okay. And Russia got it to where they got nuclear missiles to where they don't even have to hit the ground. They just blow up in the air, and they just through the heat and the pressure, it disintegrates everything under it, turning it into dust. All right. Anything else?
Interjection. Okay. All right. This is the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, and verse 14. For the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind.
Woo, so all their hopes, all your new world order, your new UAP agencies, and all this is all a waste of time. You know, figuring out the maneuvers and technical maneuvers and military strategy is all a waste of time. He said, what? Go ahead.
Like a thine fork that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a gust that tarry but a day.
There you go, man. That's how this kingdom is going to be. All right. Everything that they built up and they're planning and they're getting ready for to go to war and all of that, it's going to be a waste of time. It's vanity. All right. Here today, gone tomorrow. That little Congress meeting they had, that's going to be gone too. The new Congress is going to be the men of the Lord. All right. Go ahead.
All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 21. It says, then shall the right aiming thunderbolt go abroad, and from the clouds,
there you go,
as from a well-drawn bow.
Right, and that's not talking about the missiles, man. You got Jake out there teaching that as well. That's not talking about the missiles right there. That's talking about they're gonna go forth from the clouds as a well-drawn bow, meaning they're not just gonna be shot from like lightning. You know, it happens sporadically. But with the angels, they're gonna be following people. They're gonna be, I ain't gonna get hit. Nah, they're gonna be targeting you. They're gonna be like a well-drawn bow, like a marksman, and they're gonna be zapping people like War of the Worlds. They're gonna be like, yo, is it like chasing them? Is it like zapping these people? It ain't gonna be just some random lightning strikes.
Like a laser.
They're gonna be like a laser. Yep.
Because a laser is concentrated energy, man.
That's right.
Hey, so right straight to the point.
Concentrated energies. Yep. Straight to the point. Go ahead,
it says, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they fly to the mark.
Right, so they call you a bunch of marks.
Busters.
You know, fly to a mark. Yeah, right? Especially if anybody get the mark. Go ahead. You got that was it, right?
This First Thessalonians.
No, I think it's a little bit more. So you're gonna burn them up in the timbers of it.
Verse 22.
Ooh, right, the timber. To burn them.
It says, and hailstones full of round.
Yeah, come on with it. See, and not just the lasers, but the missiles too at the same time. Go ahead.
It says, and hailstones
full of wrath.
Shall be cast out.
What's that? The hailstone full of wrath. The ICBM missile warheads. They're the hailstones full of wrath. All right, just like a great millstone. Go ahead, brother.
It says, full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow.
Out of a stone bow. See, that represents the missiles. So you got the bow that's going to be drawn from the clouds, and then you got the stone bow, which is the ICBM missiles. Okay? Metallic.
And the water of the sea shall rage against them.
There you go, man. What's that? Tsunamis? Radiation in the water. It's going to rage. That's why he said the island's going to flee out of place, and there's going to be tsunamis that hit this place, man.
and the flood shall cruelly drown them.
There you go, man. There's gonna be floods of water and floods of fire. All right, that's how the earth gonna be changed. America gonna be changed into what you call a lake of fire, all right, lava pit. You want to play Floyd's lava? Well, that's gonna be it.
Hey, if I may add on too, Russia also have a missile called Poseidon, man. It's a torpedo.
Yeah, it's called like a giant sword.
Hey, it create giant tidal waves, man.
Radioactive tsunamis.
Yeah,
Yep.
The entire tsunami is radioactive.
Yep, that's probably the one he saw right there. Poseidon. That's a sword, ain't it? You look it up.
I think so.
Yeah, it means like a sword. Yeah, it means like something, a sword or something.
Verse 23, it says, yea, a mighty wind shall stand up against them.
See that? The mighty wind. Yeah, all of this gonna happen simultaneously with the chariots and the mighty wind and the destruction, man. The mighty wind, he's telling you the combination. Just like a semi-truck, it's a combination vehicle. These are gonna be combination of technology for destruction. All right, it's gonna have different levels to it. The fire, the wind, the metals, the shrapnel, you know, the pressure, the wind. I just said that, but go ahead.
It says, and like a storm shall blow against them.
Right, man. So yeah, just like a storm shall blow against this place, man. All right, like a storm, like a hurricane.
And if you're not in that right, spiritual house, then it's gonna fall.
Right, man. That's right, brother. That's right.
All right. Verse 23 it says, and like a storm shall blow them away, thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth.
There you go, man. See, iniquity, that's a bad thing. It's gonna lay waste the whole earth, man. All right. So it's gonna be a war happening all over the earth, all over the world. All right, all over the earth. World War III. But that's right, World War III. That's what it's called. And the main place is gonna be destroyed. It's gonna look like a storm then pass through this place as America. You know.
And ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty.
He said before it was a cottage. Behind it was desolation. Somebody brought that up the other day. Before it was like a garden of cucumbers. All right, got one. Go ahead. Doc.
It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction coming upon them.
Right. So they're saying peace and safety now. They're calling for peace. They're trying to bring peace treaties. All right. He said, what? Then sudden destruction is going to come upon these nations. Okay. Go ahead, brother.
Coming as travail upon a woman with child.
Right. Meaning unexpectedly. Didn't the Lord say that when he returns, he's going to return as a thief in the night? All right. He's going to return unexpectedly. Okay. Go ahead.
And they should not escape.
And no one shall escape. Okay. And that goes with the book of Revelations, where he said, from whom the heaven and earth fled away. Meaning they're not going to escape. They're going to try to run and hide in the holes in the ground.
Isaiah 24.
You know, but they're not going to escape, man, from the Lord's judgment.
Another thing America doing right now, they setting up the space force. So they're trying to make a way to fight these so-called UFOs.
Come on, brother.
So when Yahushua does show up, the president, oh yeah, we're good. We got a military. We're gonna fight them.
Yeah, they got all the satellites. Elon Musk. They got all these satellites, man, and they're gonna try to turn all of that to fight the Lord and try to bring their new world order in place. You know, after the orders of people like Ronald Reagan. Go ahead, Doc.
This is Joel chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, "A fire devour before them, and behind them a flame burner."
Right. So this talking about the missiles that Russia got pointed at this place called America or Babylon in the Bible. The missiles that Iran, China, North Korea, all those countries have pointed at this place. And the Lord going to allow these countries to shoot those missiles at this place, and they're going to burn this place from the one end to the other. All right. You would think our people would care about that. But the Most High's true name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushua. The name Jesus means Zeus. We're trying to get our people away from that and get them to the true God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's our focus. All right, before destruction comes, so they can be delivered. Okay, go ahead.
It says, "A fire devour before them, and behind them a flame burner."
Right, so a fire is going to devour before them. It's going to be like a missile, you know, burning up the elements, moving at hypersonic speed. And he said, what? And what behind them?
said, behind them a flame burner.
And behind them a flame burner. He said what? The head was like a lion. And then the tail. Hold your spot, brother. Don't lose it. Hold on a second. Yep. Revelation 9. Yep.
Revelations 9, verse 17.
Right, they do it. Yep, go ahead.
It says, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire.
Right, they're not real horses. They're talking about power, meaning those missiles, okay? And they're going to be ridden by AI technology. They're going to be like horses set for battle with riders. And the one that's going to be controlling it is the satellites that these countries control. Whole new type of war, man.
And them that sat on them having breastplates of fire,
right,
and of jacinth.
Yeah, jacinth, which is like metals, you know. It's going to look like metallic. Okay, go ahead.
And brimstone, and the heads of the horses.
Right, brimstone. What's that? That's the atomic makeup that's in the midst of it. The what they call that? The nuclear what do you call it?
Uranium.
Uranium. The uranium. Okay, the chemical process that the uranium is going to be going through. Go ahead.
Done.
Inside of the missile.
It says
with that time release, you know, they release it.
It says having breastplates of fire and jacinth, right, and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions.
Right, because with their head they do hurt like a lion. Go ahead.
And out of their mouths issue fire.
That's right. Out of their mouth is going. That's where the fire is going to come from the front of the missiles. Okay, go ahead.
And smoke and brimstone. By these three was the third part of men killed by the fire.
Keep going.
And by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouth.
Right, the third part representing the wicked at that time. Go ahead.
For their power is in their mouth and in their tails.
There you go. See, the power is in their mouth and in their tails. See, they got the power to destroy is in the front of the warhead, and the power to travel is in the tail. Go ahead.
For their tails were like unto serpents.
Right. See, it's like a serpent. When you see that missile zigzagging through the sky and it leaves that serpent tail in the sky, all right, that's what it's talking about. Go ahead. Like a fiery flying serpent.
It says, and had heads, and with them they do hurt.
See that? And they got heads, but with the heads they do hurt. What's that? Nuclear warhead. All right, but the tail of it is what they use to travel, and it's going to zigzag all over the damn earth.
Right, and when you see a missile first come out of the silo, that's what you first see. It goes before it starts going straight.
Right. Imagine John the Revelator seeing that. He like a snake. And with the front of it, it just destroyed everything. You know, he had to describe it to certain stones that he knew. You know what I mean? So it wasn't metal. It was jacinth. I mean, like glittering or something. You know what I mean? A glittering sword. That's right, man. Somebody was reading. Go ahead. Then you got one, right?
Joel chapter 2, verse 3. A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burner.
There you go. Same thing we just read in Revelation 9.
The land is as the garden of Eden before them.
Right, America is going to be like a garden of Eden, you know, untouched. You see everything happening around the world, but America's untouched. See that? The Lord is setting it up for their final destruction, man. He's holding back the winds. Revelation 7. Go ahead, brother.
And behind them, a desolate wilderness.
So once the page turns, there's gonna be nothing but destruction. All right, nothing but destruction, man.
Chapter 7.
Come on, brother.
Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
And nothing shall escape. See, that goes again with Revelations where it said that heaven and earth gonna flee from the presence of him that sits on the throne. So, meaning they're gonna try to hide and get away, but they're not gonna be able to escape from this. Not from here. If your feet are on the soils of Babylon, then you're gonna melt with it, unless you're of the elect. I don't care how tough you are. I don't care what you did in your life, what celebrity you are, what famous, how much your family love you, how much your girl love you, how much your children think you a hero. None of that matters. How much you go to church, how much you help old women across the street. The Lord don't care about none of that. He cares about you doing it his way, serving the Father through his Son, the doorway. You can't go up any other way into the altar. You can't go through the back door, side door, none of that. You got to go through the front door, through your house shop. The straight gate, brother. That's right. To get to the Holy of Holies, the Father, Yahweh. Go ahead.
Skip down to verse 7, Joel 2. It says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
Right, they're going to climb the wall. What's that? They're going to pass right over the missile defenses, man. Like men of war, going around it strategically. You see that? And the walls represent the missile defenses. Go ahead.
Russia, if I may add on, Russia got a missile that's equivalent to America's Tomahawk missile, all right? And with that missile, it's able to go up straight into the air and go around any defensive system that come down straight ahead to its target as if it was being controlled. Well, they are controlled, as we're reading on.
Nah, the one you talking about, it don't have to go out. That's the thing. It goes straight. Yep, that one. I know what you're talking about. They said it don't have to go out of space through the silos. I mean, through the holes in the atmosphere and come back in. It could actually go straight around the earth. Go around mountains and everything and buildings.
Indefinitely.
Over the river and through the woods.
Over the house of the thief we go.
Go ahead.
It says, and they shall march. They shall march everyone on his way.
Oh, they're gonna march, man. They're gonna be you know, they're gonna say destination America. That's the only destination. They're gonna take the damn plugs out or the card out and leave it on that. Set it on that and leave it there.
It come with it say a bullet with his name on it, man.
That's right, man.
It says, and they shall not.
Yeah, then they say no reparations. Oh yeah, well that's what the Lord gonna write on them missiles. I think yeah, and I think Iran wrote on their missiles the Great Satan. And what did Russia call their missiles? Satan 1 and Satan 2. So this is the Great Satan right here, America.
Hey, so check this out. What did America deem with Eisenhower and God We Trust?
Yeah.
And then, what is the adversary? What they call they try to do it through that's why they try to use your religious beliefs. Because, you know, Russia was an atheist country. So now
that's that swearing falsely by his name.
Khan. So now it's kind of coincidental, but it's kind of funny that they have Satan 1 and Satan 2.
Because the Russian Edomites, they're like Satanists. You know, they don't claim to be godly and righteous like the American Edomite is.
Right. They try to confuse the world that they are in democracy and Christianity and all that.
Love.
Right. Yeah, America took on the Christian ideology so they can get help from the European Union. All right, who is that? The Roman Catholic Church. All right, so America tried to make itself look like this God-fearing country ever since World War II under Eisenhower, when it was nothing but devils, man. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're God's chosen people. All right, and it don't matter about color. We look like every shade of color nowadays. All right. Anybody got any more precepts? Go ahead. Because America, known as Babylon in the scriptures, is about to be destroyed. All right, and this is a fact. Everybody can see it, feel it, but they haven't touched it yet. You got people like Biden lying in your face. You got people like Trump lying in your face. All right, you got the and behind that you got who? The Illuminati. The Illuminati controlling the media to deceive everybody. All right, go ahead. Which is who? The Rothschilds. Go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah. Chapter 51 and verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate.
Right. So because of the missiles, no, because of the wrath of the Lord that created these missiles to destroy. All right, let's get that. Now there, wasted to destroy. All right, because of those missiles and the wrath of the Lord, this whole land is going to be laid desolate. Yeah, people don't like to hear the good news. Because it's bad news for some and it's good news for us. That's right. My bad, bro. Go ahead.
Is that Isaiah?
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished.
Right. Every ship that goes by this place, according to Revelation 18, they're going to be looking at it afar off. Let's get that. In 1 hour. Revelation 18. Yeah. It's on the right page. Like over here somewhere. 1 hour. So great riches.
117.
Yeah, probably.
Great riches.
Yeah.
This is Revelations 18 and 17.
Right, that's the one.
It says, for in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught.
Right. Wait. Go one more. You know, they be far off looking. You gotta find it a little bit. Hold on.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
Verse 10.
Come on, let's try that one.
Yeah, come.
All right.
Verse 10 of Revelation 18.
Yeah, man. 9.
9.
That's right. Don't lose your spot, whoever reading.
It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication.
Right, who have done business with America, right? All these nations that did business with this place, this whore of Babylon. Go ahead.
And live deliciously with her.
Like y'all always say that, living deliciously. The black always say that.
Shall bewail her.
Right, so they're gonna be well, because they're gonna be watching through the satellites. Elon Musk and they're gonna be watching through the satellites. They're gonna be watching in their ships. They're gonna see the smoke of her burning. They're gonna see this place, man, get destroyed. They're gonna be in their submarines, and they're gonna see what they've done with their own hands by launching missiles. You know, and the nations that were proxy nations with America, they're gonna see it. And they're gonna be like, oh shit, oh man. Look what, yeah, are we next? Go ahead.
It says they shall bewail her and lament for her.
Right, that lament means to cry out.
When they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Right, so they're gonna see it, man. All right, go ahead. Saying what?
Standing afar off.
Yep.
For the fear of her torment.
Right, they're gonna try to stay away from this place, because they ain't gonna want no parts of that. All right, for the fear of the destruction that's gonna come on this place, they're gonna feel like they're next. All right, now how they gonna stand afar off? They're gonna stand afar off in their ships and stay in their countries, man. Okay, go ahead.
Saying, alas, alas.
Oh, alas, alas, meaning what? Finally, or oh wow, this finally happened. Go ahead.
That great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Right, so it's gonna take 1 hour. How you doing? It's gonna take 1 hour for this place to be destroyed. All right? Yeah, man, you know, those are BWs. Rhymes with wrenches. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buy the merchandise anymore.
That's like a meme, yeah. That's right, man. So nobody gonna be able to buy the merchant. That shows you the fornication that they're talking about. The buying. See that? Everybody was buying and selling from this place. So if you ever want to know what the fornication is, dealing with America and these nations, it's showing you right there. All the business. Okay? So go ahead, brother. Avocado, that was it, right? Yeah. Go ahead, Avocado.
Back to Joel 2.
Yeah, I think that was you reading, right?
Yeah, the Isaiah 54:16.
No, somebody was reading something and we paused.
Because of the wrath of the Lord.
That was a Shaw reading.
Yeah, whoever was reading said 1 hour, you know, like standing far off or something like that.
Yeah, and then you brought out in 1 hour this place to be destroyed when you brought that out.
Yeah, because it was like an interjection.
Back to Joel 2.
Yeah.
It's Joel 2.
Yeah,
Joel chapter 2, verse 8. It says, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path.
Right, go one verse up where you was.
All right, Joel 2:7. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways.
Right, it's talking about the missiles, not actual people. Go ahead.
And they shall not break their ranks.
That's right, man. So they're not going to break their ranks. Why? Because they're going to be being led by AI technology. Go ahead, brother.
Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
Right, man. What's that? The ICBM missile defenses, man. All right. So there's no missile defense that any nation is going to try to put up, and they're not going to be able to stop these missiles from hitting their mark. All right. You see that? That was it. I was reading something.
One more. It says, they shall run, verse 9, they shall run to and fro in the city.
Right. What? There's gonna be missiles zooming all over the place when they're shooting them, man. Look over there in Ukraine, what they're doing to that place. And they didn't even use all the high levels of technology that they have yet. You know, go ahead.
They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter at the windows like a thief.
Right. Yep. Go ahead. They're gonna enter into this place, America, like a thief, man. And that goes into Zechariah again, the house of the thief. Go ahead.
And also, if I may add on too, man, hey, that's how 2/3 of our people is even going to be caught up, man. Hey, why? Because the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night. You got 2/3 of our people and also these heathen nations that feel like America can't be touched, all right? So, hey, guess what? That's how the Lord is going to enter the house of the thief, all right? You're going to get touched by thinking America is untouchable, man.
Right, catch them off guard. You know, interject.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 41. If I whet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies and will reward them that hate me. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain of the captivity from the beginning of revenge upon the enemy. So that's that glittering sword is talking about these missiles, man. And he said, my sword shall be bathed in heaven, and they're going to hit their mark. So don't think, so as soon as the missiles get shot up, don't think all of them going to explode. There's not going to be one dud.
We have some duds over there in Ukraine right now.
Yeah.
They show missiles sticking out the ground. Bro, they showed a couple duds. Or like right here in America, you still got World War II missiles, and you know, and they'll find the duds. There ain't gonna be no duds. Like you saying, yep. He said every one of them gonna be shot off, man. Go ahead. Or interjection.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 21, and
more.
verse 9.
More, right?
Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord.
Right, that's what we are here doing. We are here prophesying, saying, thus saith the Lord, not saying, thus saith me. You know, people get mad at us, but we really out here giving up the message of the Lord. Go ahead.
Say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter.
Right, that's right. It's furbished, and it is sharpened, meaning prepared to make a sore slaughter. That's how the Lord wants people to feel the pain, man. Just like even more than what he felt when Yahushua went up on the cross, man. And he had to feel all of that pain. See, that's a good one too.
Yeah. It is furbished, that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
That's right. So it's furbished and made ready that it may glitter. All right, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25. The Lord Yahweh had opened his armory and had brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh.
Right, so the Lord brought forth these weapons and they're prepared for his indignation. You see that indignation, he wanted to bring a sore slaughter, man. Meaning exactly what it says, to burn the eyes and the head, to burn their damn tongues in their mouth, and to eat the flesh off their body while they stand upon their feet. Think about that. You know, and to melt everything that they've built up. All right, so that's what the Lord prepared by getting these scientists to prepare these missiles. A sore slaughter. Go ahead, brother. Not no games, you know.
It says, for this is the work of the Lord Yahweh, God of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans.
Right, so the land of the Chaldeans represent the elite, the elite bankers. All right, and the land that they own is what? America. Established by the elite bankers, established by Britain. Okay. Precept, anybody?
Precept.
Go ahead.
This is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
Right.
For blood defiles the land.
Right, and that's what they did. They defiled the land with the blood of the Native American Indians. They defiled the land with the blood of the so-called Negro and the Latinos, man, here. And they still defiling this land with blood. Even though they're talking about Jerusalem, it still goes for this land too. Go ahead, Doc.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein.
Right, so this land cannot be cleansed, right? You can't try to go around and erase the monuments. You can't try to go around and try to, what is that called, man?
Change the name of the schools and stuff like that.
Critical race theory. You can't try to get rid of critical race theory. See that? By getting rid of critical race theory, they're basically going to do away with the Bible, because the Bible talks about critical race theory, slavery. All right, so they want to do away with the study of slavery that teaches us about slavery. I learned about slavery through school and through Alex Haley, the roots and stuff like that.
Rosewood.
Yeah, I learned about that through school. Like what's his name? Columbus. I learned that. Yeah, I learned that he had slaves and stuff like that. So they want to take that out of schools, which really is an attack towards the Bible, because that's where it all comes from. Go ahead, brother.
And the land cannot be cleansed.
It can't be cleansed
of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
There you go. But by the blood of him that shed it. Who is that? These damn same Edomites and these devils that was up there in that Congress having that congressional meeting about UFOs or UAPs. Okay? So all they doing is having a discussion about something that they have no idea of. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. Every time they talk about it, each person that get up there on the stand. So basically we have here something I don't even understand. The next person get up. Yeah, we got here is a ball and it can't be explained yet. And it got doing maneuvers we never seen before.
Well, what's it doing? I don't know.
I don't know.
What is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Where is it at?
All right.
I don't know.
Next. Yeah. You know,
I too don't know.
It's like a meeting of people that just don't know nothing. You know, so let's keep going. Any more precept?
I got precept.
This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that blew up the coals in the fire.
Right. So the Lord created the scientists that split the atom to create what you would call uranium. Okay. What were they fighting on Transformers over?
The Transformers, they was fighting for something called energon.
Yeah, energons, yeah.
That was like some kind of life substance from the ground that they could get out.
Yeah.
And it fueled them and it made them stronger.
Yeah.
But if they did too much like drugs, it destroyed them.
Right. That's right. Yep. All right, go ahead. A little bit more. He said he created the Smith, the scientists, especially those damn Temanites, those Germans, to help with establishing the ICBM missiles in World War II. Yep, go ahead.
It's back in Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that blew up the coals in the fire and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
Right.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
That's right, man. So he brought forth an instrument for who? The Lord's work, man. All right, an instrument, something that you can use. And he said he brought forth what? The waster to destroy. All right, bringing about what? A sore destruction to waste the whole land. Somebody get that? So waste the whole, utterly wasted.
Isaiah 13.
Excuse me. That's right, man. So he said what? To destroy the whole land, man. The waster to destroy. Somebody got that? He said they're gonna destroy the whole land. Yeah. Anybody got precept while they looking?
I got a precept.
All right, brother.
This is Proverbs chapter 26, verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And this is going off of the topic that Avocado brother came out with, saying that they think that this place is untouchable, so it's going to be more miraculous when it is touched. And they think think that because they have all this fat, all these riches that they're untouchable.
Right. Even China noticed that about America. They got the commercial out from China. And they're like, yeah, all the ancient empires have fallen. Roman Empire. But America thinks it's going to continue forever. And they started laughing. Remember that?
I didn't see that.
They got a commercial, man. It's China. And they said, yes, but we hold all America's debt. It's in the commercial.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, he in front of an audience, a Chinese audience, and then he showed America on the screen. And then he showed the Roman Empire, how it fell. See that? But they think America's going to continue forever. No. It got to go. All right. Precept, go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 5.
Yep, I got you. Yep. Go ahead, brother.
They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
Right. What is it? That's why it's called the ICBM missile, the intercontinental ballistic missile. It can go from one country to the other, and it's going to what? Destroy the whole land. He said he created the waster to destroy. To destroy what? To destroy the whole land. Okay. And again, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 11. The Lord could have did it any kind of way, but he chose through this process to do it. Somebody get that Wisdom of Solomon 11. But somebody got the other one. Where he says destroy the whole land. There's another one. Utterly wasted. Let me get this real quick.
See, 60. Wisdom of Solomon 11.
Yeah, that's it.
Verse 1.
Yep, 16:12. Yeah, whoever get it.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Yep, that came to my mind, but this really talking about the kingdom. Go ahead. You still read it though.
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Right, and this is in the kingdom, right? After the destruction. And the nations that don't serve in the kingdom, they're gonna perish, man. This is when we're in rulership. Go ahead.
Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
See, those nations gonna be utterly wasted, man. All right, that had nothing to do with the topic, but it's still a good point. Right, you got something?
Yeah, I do. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. It said, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
Right, so who's stirring up the Medes? The Most High, man. He said he controls the hearts of kings. All right, somebody get that? You want to get it? The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord.
Proverbs 21.
That's right, man. So that's how he's stirring them up. He said, "Gonna pour out His Spirit upon all flesh." And we're in that time where the Lord is in it. What's it called? Intervening and establishing His final prophecies, man, for the day of judgment, according to His word, according to His will. Yeah, launch it up as soon as you get it.
Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Rivers of water he turneth.
Oh, read again. Yeah, on that screen, yeah.
The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whichever way he will.
Right, because what did the Lord say? He said what? Somebody get this real quick. Yeah, one priest I want to get off of that thing. Yeah, go ahead.
This Ezekiel chapter 38 and 10. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind.
Right.
And thou shalt think an evil thought.
There you go.
Because ultimately that'll be the Lord putting that in that mind.
That's right.
Or the king.
Yeah, and that king is going to be Putin, most likely.
I'm about to say you did a lesson on that where he said that scripture, didn't he?
Yeah,
he said that scripture.
He said that scripture. Yeah.
And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates.
There you go.
Physically,
you speak on record,
yeah, physically and spiritually, as the people walking around, not knowing what's coming up amongst them. Man.
Not having the defense, man. As America itself has no defense.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. Hey, 2/3 of our people, all right, and also these heathens, they have no spiritual defense. All right. When it comes to that, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai being our defense from Eve, it's talked about in the book of Sirach, man. You know.
And also, this place not having no physical defense, man. Like, you're going to go up to the land of unwalled villages. I mean, all these missiles that they shoot off going to hit their mark here in America.
Right. Right. Somebody get Sirach 18 and 18 and 3. And this goes hand in hand with what you just read, Proverbs. He said the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord.
This is Sirach chapter 28.
No, 18.
So like you.
18 and what?
Verse
This
3.
is Sirach chapter 18, verse 3. Who governeth the world with the palm of his hand?
Right. So the Lord is the Most High is governing everything with the palm of His hand, man.
And
Controlling all the kingdoms that rise and fall upon this earth.
So like growing up in the Baptist, the so-called Baptist church, that's what Christians used to sing.
Gone. You got the whole
word.
That's
right, man. You got the whole world in his hand, man.
Also, but say the devil doing everything.
Right.
Hey, also, there was another song called "God Is in Control,"
right,
by John P. Key.
But that's the thing. That can somebody read that again? King's heart.
Oh, I got you.
Yep.
Proverbs 21 and 1.
Yep.
It says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Some of the mind of these kings, especially people like Putin in these last days. Go ahead.
As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
Right. So now rivers of water on the flat land, which way do they turn? See, it takes the callus of the river. You see that? The building of the dam or whatever around it to steer the course of that river. So that what the Lord does is he put things in place that is steer the decisions of people like Putin. And that's why people like America and NATO, they put missile defenses on the borders of Russia to stir up the bear. All right, that's why people like Finland and Sweden are joining in the NATO. That's the Lord doing that. You see that? That's the callus of the river steering the mind of people like Putin. All right, that's why he said what?
It's
like the rivers of what?
It says as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever it go. He will.
See that? All right, so that's right here on the earth. Okay, so now, you got something to interject with that? Go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that judge the ends of the earth. Give ear, you that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsel. So that goes back to Daniel 4:17. The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So anybody that was set up in a power seat, especially in these times, is set up by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to perform His will.
Right, man. Go ahead, bro. Come on.
Sirach, also known as the Ecclesiasticus, chapter 18, verse 3. Who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will.
Right, so he governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. Okay, go ahead.
For he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane.
There you go, man. And that's what the Lord is doing in these last days, pushing the goats to the left and the sheep to the right. And even 2/3 of our people are going to fit into that basket of the goats on the left. All right. So the Lord is making this. It's called the sift. Okay. Precepts.
I got one.
Go ahead, brother.
This is going back onto the angels.
Right. Yeah, because that's what we're explaining. What the angels are coming to do. What? To deliver and also to destroy.
All right. And this one right here, it's like it. But this just shows how tedious, not how tedious, but I'm just gonna get it. This is Tobit chapter 3, verse 16. So the prayers of them both were heard before the majesty of the great power of great God. And that was Tobit and somebody else who was praying with him, I forget. It says, and Raphael was sent to heal them both. That is, say again. Oh, that is to scale away the whiteness of Tobit's eyes and to give Sarah, the daughter of Raguel, for a wife to Tobias, the son of Tobit, and to bind Asmodeus, the evil spirit, because she belongeth to Tobias by right of inheritance. The same time came to buy it home, Tobit home, and entered into his house. And Sarah, the David of Raguel, came down from her upper chamber. Yeah. And so as soon as that angel was sent, order was restored and healing was sent forth as well. And later on in that story, Raphael the angel, he hid who he really was, but he went along with Tobit onto a journey into a different city and was actually with him person to person, face to face, day to day, day in, day out, helping him on his journey. So that same help that Raphael was doing unto Tobit, the angels can also come down here face to face and help us as well. Yeah, in our times of trouble.
Just like they did with Lot.
Come on.
Right, man. Just like they did with Lot.
Face to face.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, bro. This is Psalm chapter 58, verse 9. Before your pots can fill the thorns, he will take them away as with a whirlwind, both living and in his wrath. So that's basically before the pots can fill the thorns, he will take them away both in his living. The living are the elect, and the ones that are in his wrath are 2/3 of our nation and these other nations, man. All right, so simultaneously as he's destroying this place, he's going to give deliverance unto those that are found written in the book, man, the first fruits.
Right.
That was a beautiful story the brother reiterated, Zariah too. All right, because that also shows that divine intervention of the Lord, man. That goes along with Psalm 91. He gives his angels charge over thee. All right, so you don't dash your foot up against the stone. That's ultimately what's going to be going down in these later times to protect and continue to separate, that separation, man, that divide the sheep from the goat. so he can protect his. Hey, the Lord know how to deliver the godly out of temptation, but know how to preserve the wicked for judgment.
Right, because that's when he destroyed Sennacherib. Yep, the Lord destroyed Sennacherib around that time. And
he killed like 2,000.
Yeah, yeah. I can't think of it right now. I think it was 480,000, 180,000, something like that. 185,000. Like that. Yeah, he killed it. Yeah, and I think it was 681 BC when he died, Sennacherib. Around that time, you know. And then you had S.R. Haddon take over after him. Yeah, man, his 2 children killed him. Yeah, it's a long story to that. That's a deep story, man. And it shows that the prayers of it was Tobit, right?
Oh yeah, that one was Tobit.
Yeah, the prayers of Tobit were heard, and the Lord delivered Tobit and Hezekiah at that time. Look at that.
Bound up an evil spirit and everything. Allowed for him to take that woman as a wife.
Yeah.
He came and he order was brought forth when he came.
Let's keep going, yo. Any more chariot scriptures? Yeah. You got one? Go ahead, brother. I don't want to go to Ezekiel yet. I can, but go ahead.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 21, starting at verse 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
Right, man. So the Lord said, what? When you see these things come to pass, then look up because your redemption draweth nigh. But the main thing we need to see come to pass is the MOTB get pushed on a worldwide scale. And then that's when the show really going to start. You know? That's when you're going to really see some sci-fi stuff out here, man. Yeah, come on, definitely.
And if I may add on too, with that might be, you know, as far as the 2 main scales thing, you got MasterCard pushing it. All right, and also you got Amazon with the contactless payment as far as the hand, man. You know, with the wave of a hand, you know, it's all coming, you know. Then you got Elon Musk pushing this whole Neuralink thing, man. All of it's coming into play, just like the elder said. All right, once that's getting pushed on that mass scale, all right, hey, then shit, hey, boom goes the dynamite, literally.
Everybody else can say it, but we can't. Anybody got any more?
I got one.
Yeah. Go ahead, bring it out when you got it.
This is Exodus chapter 13, verse 24, verse 23. And the Egyptians pursued, and this is our Exodus out of Egypt, first Egypt. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses and his chariots and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, the Lord looked to the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians.
Right, because the Lord was in that chariot. All right, the pillar of fire. See that? So when they see these chariots, what they call UFOs or UAPs, they're really pillars of fire, man. All right, spirit. You know, something that they've never seen or dealt with before. But these idiots gonna try to go to war with them.
They had a video for a while ago when the Iranian military had came across the chariot, man. They was trying to shoot at it. All right. Then you got the chariot just bobbing and weaving through the bullets, man. You got bullets ricocheting off each other, hitting each other, man. How common is that?
Right. They got chariots that can go faster than the speed of light. You know, speed of sound and anything you can think of, man. But they're gonna try to shoot a bullet at it. Shoot a cannon at it. Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
I'm glad you brought that out again.
No,
I'm glad you did. Good.
And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven.
There you go. All right. So what's that? It's gonna be a war in heaven, man. War of the worlds, man. All right. The world of Israel, backed by angels, you know, against Esau and his technology. They're gonna fail miserably, man.
Oh wait, well the scripture that says their wickedness has reached unto the heavens. Bro, they pollute now. They polluting the Shemayim with all their satellites and space junk, because they've had satellites and rocket ships go up into the Shemayim, and they either like break or they explode because of something like that. And then they gotta build another one and do it again. They just been polluting. They've been polluting the heavens up there. It's dirty. Man. It's filthy up there.
Yeah, the junk around the earth.
Right.
And all that's gonna be cleared up. And we don't know what it's gonna be like once it's cleared up.
Might just see a whole new vision of the firmament or something.
Yeah, be able to see out in the space real clear or something. You never know, man. You know? Yeah, because it's good to get a view of the earth from space. You know, like I watch space all the time on NASA. Because it just helps understand the spirit realm, man. You know? Looking down at the earth. Go ahead, Doc.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verses 10 through 12. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter.
Right, our people are being led. All right. What's that? To what? Through their damn education. You know, leading them out into the damn slaughterhouse. Go ahead, Doc.
I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before.
Right, man. So, yep. So the Lord gonna bring us with a stretched out arm, just like he did back in 1446 BC when we came out of Egypt. All right. He's gonna bring us with a stretched out arm. What's that? That means to literally reach into the fire and get us. You know, stretch it out all the way to find you wherever you're at. In those dark corners of the earth. You know, and what's that? Meaning that goes into Jacob's ladder. Okay, a ladder from the heavens all the way down to the earth. Where angels are going to run to and fro up upon it. Okay, so he's going to reach all the way down, just like he did with Lot. All the way from the heavens, from the Father's throne, he's going to send angels, just like Raphael, all the way down to this earth to deal with the men of the Lord. He said, "The angel of the Lord." Somebody get that? In campus, right, man? They go to and fro from the presence of the Most High. You know, some angels are sent to enlighten. Some angels are sent to deliver. You know, some angels are sent to give power. Go ahead, Doc.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 34, and verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth around about them that fear him.
Right, you got to show that you fear the Lord. What's that? That's in Proverbs chapter 1. Somebody get that? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All right, if you claim you have wisdom, if you claim you fear the Lord, then you're going to keep his laws. You see that? He got 613 laws in the Bible. One of them we don't have to keep. That's sacrifice. All right, the Father's true name is Yahweh, and his son named Yahushua. If you never heard it before, you hear him on it. Let's keep teaching, man. We ain't worrying about that. All right, go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
Right, so he don't want knowledge, all right? So he can't even begin to serve the Lord. Go ahead.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
So we seen an example of that, all right? A fool will despise this wisdom and instruction, okay? All right, so go ahead. You read? Somebody read? Somebody read it. That was it on that? Yeah, that one. Can you read that again?
All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him.
Right, that's talking about who? Yahushua. Okay, so Yahushua sends his angels to encamp around you. They set up camp around you, man, and they could be around you and you don't even know it. Just like the brother read earlier with dealing with, who was that? Elisha. All right, go ahead, brother.
And deliver of them.
So right, so he's gonna deliver you. All right, that's why he said the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. Don't fear, man. They right there around you. You know, you got to believe that, man. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
This is Daniel chapter 3. I'm gonna start at verse 23. And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
Right. Those were their slave names. But they had true names: Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. All right. And these men of the Lord were given slave names, just like we got slave names here in America. Go ahead, brother.
Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace.
Right. This one you can understand Yahushua being Iceman. You know, because he got into the fire with these brothers in that giant oven, and he got into the fire with them, and he put a cold mist on them. If you read in the book of Azariah, he put a cold mist around them to where they didn't feel any of the fire. You know, whatever that mist was, it was something. It wasn't no hairspray. Huh? Yeah. Can you get it?
I got a quick precept too.
Dealing with this? Go ahead.
This is First Maccabees chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 51. It says, "Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name." All right. I'm gonna skip to verse 59. It says, "Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael, by believing, were saved out of the flame."
That's the real name. See that? By believing, they were saved out of the flame. So you got to believe to be saved out of this flame right here. Starting with the adversity and the affliction, and ultimately the fire, the nuclear fire. Right, the lake of fire that's going to be burning this place, America up. Oh, go ahead. That was a great precept. You got more?
Yeah, I got one.
Right after this.
All right, this is Zechariah chapter 13 and 8. "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call upon my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power."
Come on with it, man. All right. So that's clear. That was beautiful, man. And that fire starts with the adversity, the persecution, man, that's coming. For you not getting the MOTB and such. You know, all hell breaking loose out here. But then ultimately, what? The nuclear fire, man. The Lord said what? They should be brought through the fire. Okay, like he just read it. All right, and the righteous shall scarcely make it. Go ahead, brother.
This is the song of the 3 holy children.
Yeah, kind.
And I'm gonna start at verse 25. It says, "But the angel of the Lord came down into the oven together with Azarias and his fellows."
Right. We know that this angel was Yahushua, just like Yahushua is going to come down into our hellish and into our hell upon earth.
Our oven.
All right, America, the furnace of adversity. Go ahead.
"And smote the flame of the fire out of the oven."
Right. So he smote it out of the oven. That's when the big flame went out of the oven. Go ahead.
"And made the midst of the furnace as it had been a moist, whistling wind."
See that? That's David Iceman. So he made the mist in the midst of the furnace. It turned into a moisture, cool wind.
Kind of like how you be in like a deep freezer, you hit in it.
Yep, that's right, man. Go ahead. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible, man. That's right, man.
So that the fire touched them not at all, neither hurt nor troubled them.
See that? Neither hurt nor troubled them. They weren't even worried about it. That's why the Lord said the elect at destruction and famine, they're gonna laugh, man. All right. At destruction and famine, the elect of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, they're gonna laugh. You want to hear what's going on. And you know the Persians, they're going into slavery too. That's right, brother. All right, peace, man. That's right, man. The Persians going into slavery. You know, walking like he already know, man.
Hey,
keep going, man.
Later on,
walk like that. You know what I'm saying?
Later on in that,
I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Anybody come from the party walking like that, unless you know.
Depends on what kind of fire.
You know, we come from a party, you gonna be like, yo, boy, you gonna let him hang.
He might have came from a sausage party. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
He came from the garden of cucumbers. Hey, bro.
This is Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 10.
You got the hemorrhoids, man.
Look at the generations of old and see. Did any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his spirit and was forsaken?
That's right.
For whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Right. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful,
and forgiveth sins and saved in the time of affliction.
Woo! It saves in the time of affliction. That's why the Bible said, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy." Man, you gotta read. You gotta read, man. When you feel like you read enough, you need to go back and read again. You know, the moments when you're thinking to yourself, you should always have your Bible with you, reading. All right?
Pumping. Just like you in the gym. Just keep pumping. Just keep.
That's right.
Pumping that brain.
Precept, go ahead, bro.
It's going back to First Maccabees chapter 2, and I'm gonna start from 51 again. It says, "Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall ye receive great honor and everlasting name." All right, skip to 58. It says, "Elijah, for being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven, and Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael, by believing, were saved out of the flame. Daniel, for his innocence, was delivered from the mouth of lions."
Ooh.
"And thus consider ye throughout all ages."
Right. Daniel was delivered twice from the mouth of lions. See that?
"That none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. Fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms."
There you go. So who is that talking about? People like Biden, you know, people like Trump, people like Nathaniel 7, people like TD Fakes, you know, people like Shaquille O'Neal, these damn Masons, these damn rosters like who is that? Damian Marley and them.
Scientologists like Will Smith.
Will Smith and I forgot the dude that played in Speed.
Keanu Reeves.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. John Travolta, real.
Manifest Destiny, Oprah.
What's it? Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, the science. All of them gonna be confounded, man, when they realize that this is not about a group of men discussing something in secret. This is about a secret that's being discussed out in the open amongst a group of men. For the world to see. For everybody to have an opportunity and a way to repent. So nobody has no excuse when judgment comes. The Lord, when he brings this judgment, is going to be justified and righteous, man. Because he gave everybody a chance to turn to him and to hear about him.
Every time there's something serious on a movie, there's always a small group of people in a secretive room and a secretive building discussing the problem that affects the entire world. And you have to be like really in the know. You have to be a higher up individual to know what's really going on in the world and stuff like that. But really, because it concerns everybody, everybody is being alerted to it. That's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua has us, would you say, regular everyday people out here discussing what's happening regularly every day. His prophecies coming forth. Him controlling this world.
So make it 2 Peter 1:20.
He revealing his secrets to his servants, the prophets.
Yeah, look at that one too.
So we the true illuminated ones.
2 Peter 1.
He got it.
This is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
There you go. There ain't no private interpretation, no private meetings, none of that. All right. So what place does masonry hold in this world besides with these damn devils? You know. Go ahead.
This Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in a city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be an evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? Surely the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So those secret things that are revealed to the prophets are published out in the open, because these wicked individuals need to know their judgment of them going into slavery. These other nations, 2/3 of our people need to know that they're going to get destroyed on this side, but be born into the kingdom, and the elect need to have hope. All right, so now that's what those are the three things that the prophets of the Lord come out and do.
Right, Matthew 24:26.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 26. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not.
God. Hey, you got some boneheads out there. Oh yeah, hey, you got to go back to the wilderness, man. When you go into that word desert, it goes back to the wilderness. All right. You know, so with that being said, Esau made the whole world a wilderness, man. So the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to be in his secret chambers, man. And which is those apartments in the sky, you know, those being the chariots, you know.
Right.
Hey, that's how we're going to obtain salvation during these times, man. You know, not by way of going out, oh, you know, hey, I heard people go to Africa. How you going to get over there, man? It's good to say, hey, thou shalt desire to go into the city and shall not be able to, you know, which is those times that we're in now, all right? It's, you got no-fly zones and whatnot, hey, shit. Certain places that American citizens can't even go to, man. So how you going to get there in that time? So therefore, and your safe pavilion have to be within the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Proverbs 18:10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run into it and is safe.
Right. Isaiah 45 and 15, 18, somebody? Go ahead, brother. I mean, good point, brother.
Go ahead. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 28.
Yeah, 45, 18.
But there is a God in heaven that revealeth secrets and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. All right, and the only one that was able to interpret, all right, and be able to relay what the dream Nebuchadnezzar had was the prophet Daniel. All right, which shows that the Lord revealeth his secrets to his servants, the prophets. All right, ultimately to have the understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, to let these heathens and these nations know what the real deal is, man. What the real spill is according to the Lord's will and what he's coming to do.
Right, man.
All right. So just as Daniel prophesied and was able to foretell, all right, you have the prophets here on the scene again, foretelling you what's happening before it happens. Prophesying, pro meaning before, and psi is to speak.
Right, brother. Somebody get 2nd Ezra 2 and 36. Go ahead, Isaiah.
It's Isaiah chapter 45, verse 18. For thus saith the Lord that created the heavens, God himself that formed the earth and made it. He hath established it.
Right.
He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord, and there is none else.
That's right, man. Go ahead.
I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth.
That's right. See, just like us, we're not speaking in secret. The Lord told us what he tells us in secret, go out and speak openly. So the Lord is saying he ain't speaking secrets, just like Isaiah, you know. Isaiah didn't speak in secrets. It's not about some Masonic secret meeting. This is about speaking everything openly. Shalom. All right, go ahead.
I said not unto the seed of Jacob.
Right, the seed of Jacob, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Go ahead.
Seek ye me in vain. I, the Lord, speak righteousness. I declare things that are right.
There you go, man. So what is there to be ashamed of? What is there to hide? He said, what? You're not supposed to hide your candle under a bushel. A bushel basket is something you would cover the light with or dim the light with. And the Lord said also, why trim your ways to seek love? All right, so we're not supposed to hide this. Okay, a lot of Masons, what do? They hide their beliefs. You know, they operate around you and you don't even know it. You'll be working with them for years. You don't even know they're throwing up devil hands and symbols and all this. And they excelling in their career because they got other Masons there and other fraternities. When that goes back to what? Greeks. The Greeks. That goes back to Hellenism, paganism. See that devil worshiping, man. The highest top degree Mason was who? Albert Pike. The one that came up with the World War III plan for the Illuminati. And in that plan, Albert Pike said what? It's called the book was called Morals of Dogma. I'm sure Esau heard of that before. It was called Morals of Dogma. And in that book, he said the God that they serve, the light is Lucifer. So these damn Masons, they worshiping the devil. It ain't nothing to play with. We in the last days.
Precept.
It's time to get past all this stuff, man, and get over it. Go ahead, Doc.
And this is the book of John, St. John, chapter 8 and verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do.
Right.
He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him.
Right.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
That's right. He's showing you if the devil is your authority, that's what the word father means, authority, then you're of those lies. That's what he's saying right there. All right. Because when Esau speak a lie, the Lord said they're the father of it. So they kind of you know, what is it called when you prescribe the lies? Yeah, they prescribed them. They conjured up the lies.
They like scriptures also say, hey, if a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked as well, man.
Right.
So you're guilty by association.
Right, man. So
Yeah, Esau made that law. If you driving a getaway car, you get time too. Even though you didn't do the robbery, you helped the robbers commit the robbery.
Right. And the main thing they say in Masonry is you can serve whatever God you want in their Masonic community. You know, they'll never tell you until you get to the 33rd degree that you're serving the devil. See that? And then you gotta walk the goat and shit.
Then also Albert Fight say the day I let a nigga in this organization is the day that I leave.
That's
right. And that's why you got your separation from the Blue House, which would be the Prince Hall affiliated so-called Jake Masons, and you have the Boule, those who can't sit at the table but they help guard the table, and that's why they stop at a 32nd degree. And you have the York Rite and Scottish Rite and the Esau Edomites go to a 33rd, all right, because that last degree is really the secrecy of what we have, man. You know, the wisdom and knowledge of the Lord, of who really operates and controls things, all right, and who the true people of the earth, what this earth was truly created for, man. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those of the speckled bird who may look like other nations due to the mixing and mingling, but bear the same spirit as such. Right?
Right, man. Somebody got the other one, Second Ezra?
That also lines up with the unclean spirits that came out of the mouth like frogs, man, pertaining to Revelations, all right, 16 and 13.
That's a part of it.
All right, because that's a part of that deception. All right.
The religious system.
That religious system. That web.
Yeah.
All right. And it starts from masonry, but then you have your Greek fraternities like the elders and the brothers mentioned. All right. That trickles down, which are like a lesser of the Masons and the Eastern Stars. Right. All right. Which they seep and they recruit you guys through college and stuff like that.
Yeah, a video came out not too long ago of Steve Harvey doing that fraternity, that stepping and shit like that. So more than willing, he a Mason as well too.
Steve Harvey is a Q dog, just like you know your people on TV. They on TV for a reason.
Yeah. Shaq is normal Mason, man. I remember I talked to one Mason, man. I talked to one Mason out there. What was his name, man? I forgot his name. He used to sell movies out there. KC. Dude used to sell movies. He was a Mason. Remember KC? Yeah. You know, I ain't lying. Yeah. And I taught him the scriptures. And that was the night I talked to your brother. Yeah, midget dude, but he a little old, you know, midget, short midget older. But he got a twin. Anyway, I talked to him. Same night I talked to your brother. And he threw that Masonic ring in the damn lake. He took that shit and denounced it, threw it in the lake. You know? So it can be done. You can denounce these things, man. You know? You can denounce the witchcraft. The Lord said there should be no enchantments against the children of Israel. So you ain't gotta be afraid of it. All right, somebody get that Second Ezra real quick.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 2, verse 36. Flee the shadow of this world, receive the joyfulness of your glory.
Right.
I testify my Savior openly.
Whoa, he testified the Savior what?
Openly.
Openly. And that's what we're supposed to do. Your testimony is supposed to be given openly, man, not in secret. Okay? I talked to one guy before. He said, yeah, us Masons, we just a group of men that discussing something in secret. That's why I'm going this route. All right? Because the Lord said he testified. We testify our Savior openly, man, on the open. Proverbs 1, it says, wisdom cried without in the streets. She uttered her voice in the chief place of concourse. All right.
Also, freely receive, freely give.
Right. That's right. That's where you find everybody at. Like, you trying to find people so you can get, you know, put this word out there. 2 Samuel 5 and 11. Because a lot of these Masonic temples, they're built off the mind frame and mindset going back during the times of Solomon when they had Masons show up. But they misunderstand what that word Mason means. Get this real quick. Go ahead, brother.
It's 2 Samuel chapter 5, verse 11.
These are the Masons that showed up dealing with Solomon and David.
And Hiram, king of Tyre, sent messengers to David and cedar trees and carpenters and masons, and they built David a house.
See that? That's all a Mason supposed to do. It's called a brick mason.
My grandfather, he's a brick mason.
That's all that is.
A builder.
Right,
and a builder.
Right, and that's why they deal with. That's why they have the angles and all that.
You could they make the little
compass and square.
Come on, they make it out of like builders tools.
Come on, brother.
And they're not builders at all. Ultimately, that's a front.
Hell yeah.
All right, because most Masons and Eastern Stars will say they help the community. All right, but that's just a front of showing what they really do behind doors and upstairs with their ceremonies and their witchcraft. All right, ultimately it's
No, they build. What's this?
They build a house of wickedness.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, somebody get this real quick.
They build idols.
Isaiah 14 and 21. Yep.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
See that? Yeah, they've been building, all right.
building devil.
Yeah, building some demonic shit. Man, listen, you see that courthouse up in Philadelphia, man? It was built by some it was designed by this pagan artist. I forgot his name, man. But he designed all the ghouls and goblins. They call them warlocks. Gargoyles. And they put them all over the damn thing. I'm talking about, you look up the Philadelphia courthouse. I might have to do a lesson on it. It's all over. I grew up seeing this, thinking it was cool. Like, I ain't know. I'm looking at it like, oh, shit, look at that. Touching it and shit.
They had cartoons like Gargoyles.
Yeah, that one woke me up. Hold up. When I seen the cartoon Gargoyles, that's when
they say the gargoyles are supposed to scare away evil spirits. Like, this shit was evil spirit.
That is an evil spirit. How you gonna get an evil spirit? You know what I mean?
You say the cast out say.
Yeah, right. They summoning demons, man. No, go ahead, good brother.
Now I was just go add on by saying that they ultimately add on and take away from the word. And this Revelation chapter 22 and verse 18. For I testify to every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of this book of this prophecy, Yahweh shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. And that's ultimately to you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You have no place into their philosophies. You have no place into their way of life. All right, Masonry and Eastern Stars is witchcraft. And the brothers brought that story out pertaining to Solomon. All right, and ultimately they have no understanding of the scriptures, man. They reiterate and mock things that happen in the scriptures, like the Hiram Abith. All right, that's the first 3 stages to become a master mason. They mock that. Yep. They mock the killing of an individual in front of Solomon's temple.
Yep. Yeah. The Masons, they got it all. But if they read the scriptures, the Masons were just brick Masons. That's it. And Hiram was a African that was friends with King David, and he wound up taking care of King Solomon as well. And he was the one that ran the Navy fleet for Solomon. All right, and Solomon would send people like Hiram over to the Americas to get things like peacocks and giraffes and such. So Solomon would have all kind of animals that people didn't know. So Solomon already knew about America. All right. Solomon already knew about this place. Damn, this tastes good. Anybody got any more precepts? Go ahead, brother.
This is John chapter 4, verse 24. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So if you putting gargoyles or anything on your building, worshiping in secret, anything, and you supposed to be studying to show yourself approved, you're not worshiping God in sincerity and truth. And you're going to get caught up in the destruction that's coming to this place.
This is Psalms chapter 21, verse 30. There is no wisdom, no understanding, no counsel against the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So all this masonry, all these other philosophies, doctrines, and beliefs, and understandings, and other ways of supposed understanding, they don't stand against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. These other councils ain't nothing coming up against the council of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. There's nothing coming up against this truth. Nothing stands.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days, when went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. And that's ultimately what these jakes do. They know they can't sit at the table, but they help guard the table. They can't beat them, so they want to join them. You know, they think that little tag of having a little compass and square on their car, on their vehicle, they can escape judgment. hey, Esau might give you a slap on the wrist, but ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, you're not escaping that judgment.
And you know what's funny? The majority of Jake that I see, well, just here in Jacksonville and just in my life, every Jake that I see that's a Mason, they always live in the ghetto.
Maybe that's what the G stands for on the symbol. Nah, but you know the G on the Masonic symbol, you know the G, you got a G on it, right? It represents the Jesuits. All right, they spell Jesuits with a J, but if you look at the ancient way of spelling Jesuits, is with a G. All right, so it goes back to the Jesuits, man. The Jesuit order that's still over there in the Roman Empire today. You can look it up, and they're running everything from that place. You gotta look it up, man. It's called the Jesuit. All right, they're still running everything, man. And that's when you start falling into the family of the Rothschilds. Precepts, anybody?
The top of the top Mason is to be a Rothschild.
Yeah.
That's when you can communicate directly with the youth. That's you can call plays and get away with murder.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Go get away with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah.
You can get away with the murder of Israel.
Right. What's that? Sit in the dust.
Virgin daughter.
Yeah, virgin daughter of Babylon. Right, man. Because America's in nothing but confusion. You know. They don't know what the hell going on. They're seeing these UFOs, they're seeing chariots, and they're calling them UFOs, unidentified. Ever since the 1960s, they've been saying unidentified. And now today they got a new name called UAPs, setting up new agencies to go against them. You know, they had another name called Foo Fighters. But they all they call is what? The chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. The chariots of the Lord.
Not chariots that you ride on with horses. Just chariots.
Yeah, chariots means something that's ridden. Yeah, that you ride on. We came over here in slave ships. We trying to leave out of here in style. You know, in the chariots of the Lord, man.
Isaiah chapter 48, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Right.
For
But thou shalt be no more called, thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Right, man. See that? See, that was that little horn that was full of eyes. You know, now them eyes being put out. So what? They got surveillance. So what? They see everything. So what? They got all kind of investigators and intelligence, secret services, and all these different societies and such. You know, and agencies. The Lord, they still don't know about the Lord. What's that? Wisdom Solomon 5. Let's get that. End it with that too. Go ahead, bro.
When the Lord show up, they're gonna try to close some of them eyes. They ain't gonna want to see.
Right.
They ain't want to see when the Lord shows up.
Yeah. What's that? Somebody get the astonishment. You come to the astonishment.
Not a precept.
Go ahead, Doc.
It's Revelations 1:7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds."
Right. He's coming with the clouds, man. He's not gonna be by himself. It's not gonna be just one giant chariot. It's gonna be that giant chariot that Yahweh Shah riding in, and he's gonna have multiple angels in there with him, and he's gonna have other chariots with him as well. He's coming with the clouds, with the chariots, just like in Mount Sinai. Go ahead, brother.
It says he cometh with clouds.
20,000 and more.
And every eye shall see him.
And everybody's going to see him. Do that mean he's going to project his face on the cloud? No. You know? That don't mean that. What it means is every eye going to see him. You're going to see the chariots all over the world.
And
just like on that movie, it was a no, it was a movie that came out not too long ago. The Fourth Kind.
Fourth wave, fifth wave?
Fifth wave. Remember, like standing up like a pillar? Arrival. Man, watch that one. If you watch Arrival, that's more likely how your house shot gonna show up. And that language they were trying to read on there remind me of like Paleo Hebrew.
It little bit.
I'm talking about just the mindset.
And the fact that they can see behind and forward in time.
Right.
Once they understood the language.
Yeah, and they was like they built it and they were gonna meet him here in this time. That always got me thinking about Yahweh Shai, how he was like, I'm gonna meet you in the future. I'm gonna meet you at a specific moment in the future, and that's now.
They came this time to study, to give us their language.
Right.
So that way, thousands of years later, they knew that they were going to be at war with a certain alien species, and they were like, in that time, we're gonna have to come back and get help from y'all.
Come on with it, man. So that's what Yahweh Shai did. So that movie called Arrival, right? Right. Go ahead, finish reading.
Revelations 1:7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Right, every eye going to see him, man. Just like on War of the Worlds, just like on Battle of Los Angeles. Go ahead.
And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
Right. So and also those that pierced him, the nigglets amongst our people that were right there selling out Yahushua to the Roman Empire. Most of these jakes walking around here today, they're gonna see it, and they're gonna be crying and wailing like a wailing woman. And also the kindreds of the earth, the other nations of the earth, gonna wail too because of Yahushua. You see that? They're gonna be crying, trying to run from him that sitteth on the throne, but they ain't gonna get away. They're gonna be running like roaches. They're gonna be running like Adam and Eve, trying to hide.
When that light comes down,
yeah,
that light shine like, whoa, shoot.
That's right, man. All right, like roaches. That's right, man. Anybody got anything? Go ahead, brother. Yeah.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all of the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
You can speak on it.
And I just wanted to bring that out because earlier, the elder and the brothers were speaking on how nobody is gonna have an excuse, because this truth is being broadcasted all over the internet. It's out on the highways and byways. People walk right past it. They're gonna hear it. So nobody's gonna have an excuse in the day of the Lord, man.
Nobody's gonna have an excuse. That's right, man. All right, precept. Yeah, anybody got any precepts?
Oh, you got one?
All right, go ahead and bring this up. We're gonna wrap it up then on this topic at least.
All right, it's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Right, so that's why we out here standing here in great boldness. Standing out there with a gun and a rifle, that don't make you tough. That makes you hiding behind the gun. But standing behind the Lord's word, that's power, man. And that's standing in great boldness. That's standing in, what he said, the footsteps in the sand. The footsteps in that sand. He say, I looked and they were his footsteps instead of mine. I mean, he was carrying you the whole way. But the Lord said, no, forget that. Get your ass down and walk. Walk in my shoes. That's what he's saying. Walk in his shoes, man. All right. We can't wear his shoes literally, but we can walk in the footsteps that he laid out in the sand. Go ahead, brother.
All right. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Right. That boldness of a lion in the sand represent the footsteps on the earth that he laid out. Go ahead, brother.
And made no accounts of his labors.
Right. These devils don't make no accounts. They keep no files of our labors. You got even in slave history, we got slaves that were just lost, man. Family broken apart, torn apart, and moved here and there. You don't know who's who anymore. You working and working, and there's not an account of all the work that you've done in this place. It's called sweat equity. It just goes to nothing. All right.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Right, and they keep no account of everything our people built in slavery. That's why the Lord said in Habakkuk 2 that the beams are going to cry out to him. There's going to be a witness against these devils for everything that these devils built off the backs and bloodshed of our people. He said, what again?
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Right, the Congress that just held that Congress, all right, the Congress meeting about the UAPs. When they finally see it, you see the trouble, but you don't see that fear yet. But when they see it with their own eyes, they're gonna feel that terrible fear that those Navy pilots and those Air Force pilots have been feeling. When you hear them tell a story, they scared.
And they tell it with a completely different mindset because they're actually up there. I was trying to look at these clouds and I couldn't look at them correctly because they were clouds at different levels.
Yeah.
And so the airplane pilots, they have a different level of looking at them.
Yep.
And so like you just said, they tell it with fear.
Yeah, they tell it with fear, well, and amazement. That's what he said. It was very intriguing. It was you was astonished. Somebody get that? Come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. Right. Go ahead, interjection. Go ahead.
I just go back to what you were saying about following Yahushua's footsteps.
Yep.
Oh, this is Matthew chapter 19, verse 28. And Yahushua said it to them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration
when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, you shall also sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
So those disciples that were walking around, those apostles that were walking around that day are showed up back here on the earth to reap that the reward that was promised to them by Yahweh Shai in that time.
Right. Ain't no mothership. Take me on the mothership. You know, 70s and 80s. Jake was singing and rapping. What's his name? Bill Clinton. What was his name? The dude that do the music, Clinton.
George Clinton.
George Clinton. And all I'm talking about, take me on the mothership and all that. Parliament, Funkadelic. Yeah. And they was looking at it in a way of like Africa, like Wakanda. But like Apostle Har always saying, we always say the real Wakanda is Israel, man. You know?
We're gonna have that technology. We're gonna have that power.
Right. When you speak about the men of the Lord, that they the space, man. You know? Go ahead, brother. You agree?
All right. First, this is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they
right. No, you're right, because it's gonna be strange to these people, man. So far beyond all that they're looking for. They think it's the Chinese and Japanese. I mean, Chinese and Russians, and what they call adversaries. They think it's their technology. Or they think it's ET out there since the 60s. You know, little flat cheesesteak looking head. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's the angels of the Lord. All right, Yahweh Shai and his angels, man, they look like men. Glorified giants. Go ahead, brother.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision.
Right, so they're gonna say this within themselves. They ain't gonna say it out loud so you can hear it. The hopefully elect gonna be going up into the chariots. So the Lord don't care about that. You don't even need to hear it. The Most High gonna witness it for you. He gonna hear them say it within themselves. Like I should have listened. I should have listened to them brothers. All right, go ahead.
All right, verse 3 again. It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh? How is his lot among the saints?
Right, that's what the Congress need to discuss. They need to discuss who are these people in these ghettos? Who are these people that America took into slavery? And why are these chariots popping up? Oh, could it be the Bible? Could it be the same God that delivered them out of Egypt is about to do it again? Could that be it? They're like, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. These are aliens. Matter of fact, we don't care that they're aliens. We just care about the military strategic maneuvers that they're doing so we can combat that in cases our adversaries. They're like, man, there's nothing you can do against these chariots, man.
They don't even know what they're being propelled by.
They don't even know what they're being propelled by, man. All right, and I'm gonna do a lesson on that when I get home. You know, that's what it's supposed to have been about. But yeah, let's get this last precept, y'all. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 13 and 30.
That's it.
And he
oh, look at 29.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 13 and 29. Behold, the day is come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
Right, so it's gonna be elect in the heavens, and there's still gonna be some elect on the earth. So that's when the Lord gonna begin to deliver them upon the earth. The ones in the heavens, they're gonna get their bodies first. All right, they're glorified form. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 30. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Right, so it's gonna be an astonishment, man, to them that dwell on the earth, even though they're looking for it. So if you're looking for them to have the answers, they're not gonna have it all the way until their destruction. But the elect, we right here in your face with it, like right here, like right here in the Bible, right here, you know. But you're gonna come to the astonishment of these people, man. And that's a beautiful thing. Go ahead,
verse 31.
I got the same lamp in the house.
And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another.
Right, so all these nations gonna fight against each other, man. And then after the mindset of Ronald Reagan, which they still lingering and holding on to it, when Ronald Reagan said there should be some outside threat that we could all fight, then it would bring us all together. You know, and that's what they're gonna try to create, a false flag alien invasion. You know, using Project Bluebeam to throw everybody off. And then when the real invasion happened and deliverance, they're gonna try to have everybody fighting against the chariots.
One place against another, one people against another.
One place against another, one people against another. Go ahead.
And one realm against another.
One realm, all right, the spiritual realm. The devil's on the left-hand side, gonna be fighting against the right-hand side. All right, and the left-hand side gonna lose horribly, man.
God.
That's right, man. It's time for Yahweh Shai to put the whole left-hand side under his foot. You know, I'm talking about even in the human world. Go ahead, out.
Verse 32. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass.
Right. So in the midst of that,
and the signs shall happen which I shewed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending.
Whoa, so that's the one we saw as a man ascending, man. Where you at?
Verse 32.
Verse 32. Hold on, I don't want to go that deep. Yeah, go to 33.
Verse 33. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land lead the battle they have one against another.
Notice he said every man in their own land. Why? Because there's going to be a world war going on. There's going to be proxy wars, all kind of wars happening in different lands. So they're going to leave the battle they fighting against each other, like over there in Ukraine, and they're going to turn and fight against Yahweh Shai, the chariots.
If I may add on, just like how
that's why he said all over the world. So there's gonna be chariots all over the world. Go ahead, my bad.
It's like just like how America, you know, basically, oh yeah, have all these UFO, UAP sightings, man. Hey, oh yeah, is this Russia's? Is this China's? Hey, Doom not willingly knowing that shit not theirs, that put Doom in some type of fear too as well, man. Because hey, no, this ain't ours, man. Is they bluffing? Because this not ours, so shit. Hey, that's having Doom in fear as well, man. So when that time comes, when they actually do see that they was speaking on early shit, hey, shit, we need to team up, man. Shit, we need to go at this.
Oh yeah, the camera.
This Revelations chapter 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. And the seventh angel sounded, and there was great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his anointed, Yahweh Shai, and he shall reign forever and ever.
Yeah, that means forever and ever, man. That don't mean for a short period of time. That means forever and ever. All right. And he said what? That was the seventh trump. We already read about the sixth trump earlier. You know, the seventh trump, that's what? The destruction. And he said that's when the kingdoms of this earth are going to belong to the Lord, because they're not going to be destroyed. The main place that's going to get destroyed is America. And these other nations and kingdoms, they're going to be given over to the men of the Lord under Yahweh Shai. All right? And Yahweh Shai is going to be king over them. You see that? So, hey, any more precepts? You're good? We can wrap that portion up, man. But I can't wait. I'm going to go into this Ezekiel chapter 1. But it's a lot of history, so I'm going to show some pictures and stuff too. So, but that's all good, man. Hopefully y'all was edified, man, because the Congress, they're going to try to throw a smoke screen out there, man, because they don't know, and they expect everybody to go to them for answers. That's why he said what? They shall no longer stay upon them that smote them. Yeah.
But they say they don't know so eloquently.
Yeah, right.
Like, so I'm a professor and such and such. And they proclaim all their titles that they have. And they're like, so this right here, I don't know, but I got a theory. It's like,
right, you just, you know what I'm saying?
Anybody can have a theory.
He's a scholar of I don't know, but not the unknown.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh Shai, the Holy One of Israel, in truth.
There you go. See that? So you ain't gonna follow the Congress, you ain't gonna follow the government and these schools and Steven Spielberg. You know, you're gonna follow Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, in truth. You see that? And that's what we want, the truth. And the truth is that those UAPs or UFOs are the chariots of the Lord. and they're coming to destroy as well as deliver, you know, at the same time. Okay, so with that, we're gonna end it there, man. You know, this portion. And we're gonna say, Call, Allah, La, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Ha, Rakah, Qudash, Mama. All right, double honor to the elder apostles, the GMS, and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Shalom.
Shalom. Stop it?
Yeah, you can stop it.